Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Super Old Game Saturday. If it's a Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is where you want to be for classic gaming goodness. Except next week, where it's going to be on a Friday, for reasons I'll explain later. But also, a couple things. It took me a little longer to get the stream set up tonight, only for one reason. Yeah, let's not dance around that Twitch breach, because I had to actually authenticate my game capture stuff for it, so it took a little longer, but we're here. And it is Supersonic Game Saturday once again, and tonight I have perhaps the best game we're going to play for this entire 30th anniversary celebration of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. You're looking at it right on the screen. This is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is one game, but technically two games. We'll go into that really quickly while we go out to the demo of who we're not going to be seeing tonight, which is Sonic and Tails, because I'm playing this as Knuckles. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 came out in 1994 for the Sega Genesis on Groundhog Day, actually. And they had that idea of calling it Hedgehog Day, something clever. But the game was technically not complete. It was split in half. Partially because they didn't have enough time to finish it, and also because there was a pending promotion with McDonald's for Happy Meal toys. And when this goes to YouTube site, I'll put up pictures of what those toys are. But yeah, anyway, so they split the game into two. Then on October 18th of 1994, we got Sonic and Knuckles. Came with a very weird cartridge, but with that, you could put Sonic 3 on top of it and play the whole game. Sonic and Knuckles are great. Yes, they are. Dolly Finn, welcome to the show tonight for month 10 of Super Sonic Game Saturday. I can't believe we're that far in. But yeah, just was quickly going to the idea that Sonic 3 was supposed to be one game, was split into two. Sonic and Knuckles brought them back again with the lock-on technology, as they called it. We are playing this off of my original Sega Genesis with my original cartridge copies of both games, including Sonic 3, which is the first game I ever bought with my own money. That was case in 1985. I took my $49.96 to Best Buy to pick it up, and a great purchasing decision right after Super Mario RPG, or at least as far as stuff I bought in that era. But yeah, this game means a lot to me, and I'm going to have a lot of fun playing it, and going through any of your memories of this game, other aspects of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, or going into aspects of the music, which explains why we're not getting, or we haven't gotten a port of this until, well, for the past 10 years. Actually, it's going to be next year we're going to get another one with Sonic Origins, whenever that comes out. By the way, if you're also hearing stuff outside, some of my neighbors are doing woodwork. So, yeah, they're using the bandsaw, so, yeah, there'll be a guest appearance on the show that way. At least before some of the other guest appearances I have or have had. But, yeah, with that, I think we can start the game, well, sort of. I actually let it go through the demo a little bit, because I want to show you a little bit of the story. Hey, gang, hey, Sweetverse, good to see you. Love the shaky finger of Sonic and memories with this game. Okay, Dolly Finn, you have memories of this game. Sweetverse is good to see you. Glad to be on board with you for tonight for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Let me know any of your memories of this game and other observations, including, yeah, Sonic waving his finger. It is quite impressive what they're doing for this game, for sure. And this is what we're seeing if we're playing as Sonic or Sonic, specifically, or Sonic and Tails. We're not seeing this. But it is a good introduction to who we are going to be seeing. Knuckles, right there. But we're going to be playing as him instead of, you know, running off with the Chaos Emeralds of Sonic. So yeah, Sonic's like, yeah, you're going to play with me, right? Yeah, not tonight, my friend. The other games we're covering for this year will have you involved. But yeah, we are going to be playing through this game as Knuckles, and also have some other, you know, fun things to go through this game, including showing off what the two-player is, and some other weird stuff they'll have later. Alright, so, we are on the save game screen, which Sonic 3 had for 6 slots. They added up to 8 when you have Sonic and Knuckles connected. You can call me Knuckles, like Sonic on a chuckle. Yeah, he'd rather flex his muscles, and we're going to be flexing our muscles with Knuckles down here. Yeah, I have it clear on every single one of these files except the last one, because I've had this game since 1994. I've had Sonic 3 since 1995. Yeah, and I'm going to be holding on to this game probably until the day I die. But yeah, you have options of playing as Sonic and Tails, Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. Yeah, but he does chuckle. You're right. So, Sonic Adventure, the theme song, unknown from me, I guess wasn't remembering this game, but either way, it's like, I guess maybe in that game he wasn't chuckling as much. In this game, he does. In fact, he's a lot more, I guess, happy-go-lucky of a character in this one, as we're going to see. But let's hit the start button. Let's get going. Starting on Angel Island Zone, not with an intro cutscene. There actually is a hack of this, or like a ROM hack of this, that does reinsert that from Sonic and Knuckles. The idea is that this takes place after Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles do for Knuckles, because Robotnik's gone, technically. For years I didn't think that was the case, but Egg Robo came by, he dropped the bomb on this place, and we gotta take care of it. But first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the special stage. We're going into Blue Spheres, as it is known. Go around, get all the blue spheres to get the Chaos Emerald, which there are technically 14 in this game. In this locked-on version, anyway. You go around the ones of squares like that, where you surround the ones inside with blue with red on the outside, you get rings. Get all the rings, you get a perfect, gives you 50,000 points, and you get an extra life on the back of that. I hate these. This is one of the best games ever made. Oh, butt control. Alright, well, there you go. That's, quite a nice thing. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you. Thank you for stopping by for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Glad to be enjoying this game with you, and let me know anything you got. Ooh, it makes me dizzy. Yeah, that is a case on these special stages. They are unique compared to some of the other Sonic games, and so I may would bring these back as bonus stages, but yeah, you're right, because the idea is when you're running around, it gets faster, and you have to get moving quicker. So yeah, you have to have that speed and that, reaction time, which honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I had that growing up. I still sort of have it as far as it, but sometimes some of the later ones, it gets tough, especially when you're going for perfects, because yeah, right there, he is going fast, and yeah, you go, how it goes, well, there you go, perfect, there you go. But last challenge, oh shit, no! Yeah, that is the case there. My muscle memory may not be what it used to be, but you hit that bumper, you bounce back. Woo, clutch. There we go. But I get that idea of it being something very, nerve-wracking to handle. I guess it's the reason why there is a Game Genie code that does not speed it up. Good recovery. Yeah, thank you very much. Let me know, by the way, anything you have to say about Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3, anything of Sonic. This is a part of a initiative I'm doing this year to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the franchise. And yeah, I've been playing a game a month, and I got 2 more months to go. But yeah, I've been having a great time doing these, and thank you for stopping by and joining the discussion and the community of Super Old Game Saturday. As I mentioned, we get in the guts of gaming here. You love gaming, feasibly, I guess, if you're showing up for the show. I do too, and I love this game, so I'm going to give it all the love it deserves, go into every aspect of it as we go around with Knuckles, who, let's talk about how he plays compared to Sonic. We also go into a bonus stage. You get 20 rings or more, you jump into the stars here and go into something. In this case, it's a slot machine, kind of like Sonic 2. But I'm getting... Okay, I thought I was going to get unlucky right away, getting all the Robotniks to lose 100 rings. But yeah, Knuckles plays a little differently than Sonic in the sense that he doesn't jump as high, but he has this gliding and ability to... he can glide and he can climb on walls, and also can go through certain barriers that Sonic and Tails cannot. It definitely adds that perspective of it, and playing with Sonic and Knuckles locked on, that's the only way you're playing through the Sonic 3 portion of this game. Yeah, this is 2 games in 1, technically, for the purpose of this. There we got 3 Tails, that is worth, I believe, 20 rings. If it's wrong, I will put a thing to that. This is not my personal favorite of the franchise, but you can see why for some it is. Yeah, I know, SweetVerse, you mentioned your favorite game in this series is Sonic CD of the 2D stuff, I guess. Let me know as far as what the 3D stuff is particular. It's between Sonic CD and this one to me. I think for this one, what I think made this one so special to me, even more than Sonic CD, the thing about Sonic CD is it has this otherworldly vibe to it. And I'm getting unlucky getting all the Robotniks, you lose 100 rings, we get that happening, which is not a pleasant case, but, and if you hit the goal out there, you're going out, so it's a toss back to the special stage of Sonic 1. I think what makes this one so special to me is just the idea of it really expanding on what Sonic 1 and 2 did, and CD to a certain extent as far as some of the presentation of itself, but also the fact that, I don't know, it just feels like a massive world I'm in. My favorite is Sonic CD with the Japanese soundtrack. Yeah, that's a good case. Well, when we played it... Actually, that was the first game we played for this initiative. I did not use the Japanese soundtrack because I was playing it off the Sega CD itself. But I have been toying at some point, playing the 2011 version, running the Japanese soundtrack, and having Tails, because it's a different case. Yeah, honestly, there's not really much reason for me to stay in here, except just to kind of get one more shot, because that's often the case of slot machines. So yeah, getting kids understanding how gambling works at a young age. But yeah, as I was mentioning, the idea of this one, there's something about how the rhythm and the flow of this one is definitely different than Sonic CD, but Sonic CD is a terrific game as well, that really just gets me going with this. I think after that, I would be Sonic CD would be my case. And in a lot of ways, the otherworldly aspects of Sonic CD is something you can't take away. And it's got a life, so there you go. Well, I use the run-up there to showcase the rotation effects this game is doing, which are unique and impressive for what the Genesis is capable of. But yeah, we have the flying battery blimp as it is. And it is pulling a, I guess, 1940s Japan in this place and firebombing it. This is not actually the first Sonic game we've had with a firebombing concept. That was also, Tails Adventure, which was well. Oh, alright, now we're in the, glowing spheres, and I will look at you, SweetVerse, in just a second as I go to the top of the chute to get items as go along. As far as 3D Sonic games, I'd say Sonic Adventure is my favorite. Everything clicks except maybe the Tails gameplay as we went over when we played it. Yeah. I do remember that, and I did love that experience we had with that game. And in 2 months, we got another 3D Sonic game to close out Super Sonic Game Saturday for the year, which is going to be Sonic Heroes on your recommendation. And next month is going to be Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Saturn. It's definitely going to be a different case, a little than it is on the Genesis. Man, we'll get to that in a little bit of time. But yeah, in the meantime, we got this one. And point is, I think, if nothing else, I'll go to this as far as to address where favorite Sonic games are, favorite 2D Sonic games are. That was a lucky shot through. And you get up to the top, there you go. And you get to the end and get all your rings and stuff. With the fire shield, protect you from fire damage. If you take a hit of something that's not fire, you won't lose your rings. But yeah, there you go. But I think it goes to anything else is that I think the idea is just the 2D Sonic stuff is just so polished, generally speaking. And it's the kind of thing that, in some ways, there's not really any wrong answer of what is your favorite one, particularly of the Genesis era, or the 16-bit era as it is. Because a lot of them kind of overlap each other in terms of what they're similar to, but also what they do differently. Sonic 1, it's the first case to a certain extent. Sonic 2, it goes faster, is a longer experience than Sonic 1, and also has stuff like Tails and, I guess, the higher stakes. With CD, it's the otherworldly concept and the CD technology for the soundtrack for either version you play. And in this one, I think it is just this larger world, and sort of an otherworld concept, because the idea is this is actually directly connected to Sonic 2, in that we destroyed the Death Egg, and technically we sort of did when we did the Tails Adventure playthrough, and the end of that, just watch the end of that to get a sense of what I'm talking about. And what happened there is that the Death Egg crashed here, Robotnik wants to take the Master Emerald and get, the energy to power it up again, and he tricks Knuckles, who's the guardian of the island, into doing it, and Knuckles believes Robotnik because he's never seen him before, and it makes sense as to that for this one. But yeah, and then he's like, yeah, he says, no, Tails and Sonic are the ones who are causing trouble. Knuckles believes him until he has to get knocked out of him. In this case, yeah, it's not going to be a factor as far as what that's going. But yeah, Knuckles is already dealing with the place as it is, and we got to go through as we get into the perfect. I don't know if I'm going to get perfects in all of these, but I'm going to try. Because you do get a massive point bonus and a life every time you do it. In my case, also, I got over 100 rings. In the few special stages, you can get 100 rings off of those. The 100 rings will also give you a life. And 50 will give you a continue. So yeah, there you go. I don't know necessarily if this game needs much explanation to that, but hey, as I mentioned, we get in the guts of game in this program. We're giving it the whole treatment, and there is not a game I can think of right now that really, really deserves it. Also, yeah, we were in Angel Island Act 1. The music changed to Act 2's music because, actually, there's a technical reason for that. Technically, when the place was firebombed, that changes the map. As far as they really dig into, like, the code and certain aspects of it. There is me climbing the wall with Knuckles. But yeah, that's basically, we are technically in Act 2, so that's the reason why they didn't reset the music that way. And the question is going to be, when Sonic Origins comes out, is that going to maybe adjust that? Okay, by the way, just to give one other thing, yeah, as Knuckles, he can't jump very high. So usually Sonic and Tails go up there. No, we don't. We'll go down here, because he can go through this wall that Sonic cannot. And here we are at the first boss of the zone. There are 2 bosses in zones. These games started that. So here's the Flying Battery Blimp, which shoots out fire. And also there's a different trick when you're Knuckles. He'll shoot down the bombs like that. Makes it a little harder for you. And also because Knuckles can't jump as high, so I can't just jump on top and be totally safe. But I got my 150 rings, so he should be set. And he's only about 6 hits, and he is done. And you also have bouncing of the panels. This is the first game that had that as well. Where if you hit it on the ground somewhere specific, you will get an item, but it's hard to tell where those are. I don't think that's an area of where it is, and I know over there it is, and also every time you jump onto it, it is 100. Okay, I didn't have it happen, but we're good. The story of Sonic 3 and Knuckles is where it hits me. I love the title, or love the cutscenes and the stage transitions, as well as the great final boss. Yeah, and here's the thing about this. Since we're playing as Knuckles, it's going to be a different path for that, but I'm still going to show off some of the other stuff we'll be seeing. That's going to come at the end of the show. Because, yeah, I'm going to use the codes to show the other areas that Knuckles doesn't go to, and even though the bosses he doesn't fight. You're going to get a good laugh if you've never seen Knuckles in the Doomsday Zone, because you can make that happen. But yeah, I would agree with that, but as I said, there's really no wrong answer just as far as how 2D Sonic is, and I've gotten in that discussion with a lot of people I know, including coworkers, saying the idea of Sonic should just have stayed 2D, and these games are great, so I know where they're coming from, but also, in my case, there are 3D Sonic games I love. Sweet first mentioned one of them in Sonic Adventure, which we've also played, and that is up on the YouTube site, by the way, Butt Control, just to let you know. since I think this is your first time on the program or in the chat, welcome. We are very glad to have you and to have all of your input and insights, and thank you very much for that. Every week when we're done with the show, these go up on the YouTube site. I do editing on them. They will be up there for your future enjoyment, or if there's any shows you missed, or every cases where, hey, in the future you might not be able to get to the show, you want to see it later, they're all going to be there. All the shows that I've done that I have recordings of, which is everyone going back to October of last year. So definitely it's been about a year since I've had these things. But yeah, we're going underground with Angel Island Act 2, which is definitely a lot different than it is when we're playing with Sonic and Tails. Oh, yeah, in that case, I was a little overzealous. So I hit that, lost my electric shield. You get that, you get protected from energy bolts, which honestly, most of them don't protect you with that shield in this game, and it attracts rings towards it. I appreciate enjoying the show. Absolutely, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, if there's anything you're saying you're not enjoying the show, let me know. I'll adjust that as well. But and anything you want to see, let me know. We can do that. We take viewer requests on this program all the time, and we are glad to provide them. All right, so here is Egg Robo doing the Robotnik Boss thing with the fire launcher. He has a few other tricks, and he'll go behind the waterfall. He'll shoot more fireballs out than Robotnik will, so I guess Egg Robo kind of learned sort of where Robotnik was. Although, actually, in my case, for years, I'm going to say this, I was kind of stupid. I always thought, oh, that's Robotnik wearing a mask to trick Knuckles, but I realized, nope, it's not. Last week was a lot of fun with Kirby 64, which was a blast. Yeah, that was a great time. Sweet Freeze, you were right, and that stream is up on the YouTube site. That was a great time as well. So yeah, we got a lot of content for the show, and we get into the discussion on gaming and anything you want to talk about the game we're playing, your memories of the game. We're an open book here, so let us know what you got as we jump down into Hydro City Zone, the water zone of the game, or at least of Sonic 3's case. Sonic & Knuckles doesn't have any water levels, which is an interesting thing, and when you play it alone, you realize that, honestly. And in my case, when I was growing up, I did play Sonic & Knuckles alone initially, because unlike today, where they'd never be able to hide this, we didn't know there was a split-off between Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles supposed to be the same game. We're just like, hey, here's this new game of Sonic's 8 months after the last one, and hey, we can put Sonic 3 on top of it, or Sonic 2, and if you do that with Sonic 2, you get to play as Knuckles in that game. Or put on basically any Sega Genesis cartridge you want to play variations of Blue Spheres. I mean, anything you really want. It wasn't until Sonic Mega Collection I played this. Yeah, because that is where that was revealed or collected, which was one of the first Sonic collections around after Sonic Jam on the Sega Saturn. And I think that's going to be the answer for a lot of people, because in a lot of cases, I mean, let's go back to this with the Sega Genesis. Against, oh, that's weird. The hand went up and was not showing, and also there's a special stage over here, so I'm going to get that, because we are getting all the Chaos Emeralds and Super Emeralds as it is, so do not worry, we will have that going. But I think you're right that Sonic Mega Collection was the case of a lot of people coming to this game, or a lot of the Sonic games, from that game for the first time. I saw that with the hand. Yeah, that was definitely a weird case. That's the other benefit of the show, and that's the benefit of like a live play or something like this. Sometimes you'll see weird stuff, and I've run into that case. There's a lot of funny cases of that on past streams we've done. So sometimes you never know what you're going to get on this program of that, or of aspects of the discussion. And going back to that briefly, yeah, with the Sega Genesis going against the Super Nintendo and probably the best console war in gaming history, well, one of them at least, or at least one of the most prevalent, the idea that people had to do a Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo for most of that era, but then the idea that, you know, Sega went to software and people were saying, wait, how's that working? And then Sonic Mega Collection came on a GameCube along with Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and that got people to realize, oh, here's what we were missing all this time on the Sega systems. It's also where I first learned about the Archie comics. Yeah, which also, they have the indication of how that went. I was going into the idea that Sonic the Hedgehog was really a massive pop culture phenomenon at the time, and it's something that you look back on and you think like, yeah, it was kind of an amazing time for that, and it gets to that with the music of this game, which we'll go into. Also, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait here and jump over. You can do that sometimes and make it hard on myself by jumping over the, I guess, the spring balls or the spring orbs. But yeah, you can just jump over that one, get that, and there you go. Because actually, if I had done that without having an extra left, that would clear all of them, and I wouldn't get all the rings to be able to get the perfect here. There we go with Chaos Emerald number 3. But yeah, Sonic was a big deal, and even with the cases, there's been ups and downs of this franchise. Look, I'm a big enough fan of this franchise to love it, but also one who's honest enough to say, yeah, it's not been smooth sailing all the time, to put it mildly. But Sonic, when this game was around, especially this is like the height of Sonic's popularity and of the idea that, yeah, that was the huge case of Sonic being around. Also, I gotta be careful here because, yeah, I'm gonna do something weird. I don't want to touch the water because I don't want to lose my my electric shield, but I think I'm gonna have to lose it. Yeah, unfortunately I am. When you hit the water, it goes away. Unfortunately, it doesn't lock away until you hit that and get the boss going. But it was a great time as far as Sonic, and I mean, at this case, this was Sega really showcasing, you know, to everybody that, okay, here's what we have against Nintendo. And made, basically, is the idea of Sonic and Mario going away. Also, if you get stuck in that, you get flying around. In fact, you know, I'll show that way. Speaking of which, Sonic, he had a crossover spawn. I'm not joking. Yeah, I guess, was that the Archie comics? To a certain degree. Also, I don't have rings, so I gotta be very careful. Now we just go this way. Oh. Yeah, because if I get hit without rings, I'm dead. Alright, in that case I did, but good news is I have a checkpoint up there, so it's not gonna be a problem. And it'll keep the case going. And also, if you're hearing bandsaw blades outside, my neighbors are doing carpentry work, so there you go. I don't think it's going. Spawn, I haven't seen that crossover. Yeah, elaborate, SweetVerse. I think I might know what you're talking about, but yeah, let me know as far as what it is. There's something else different that I'm thinking. And also, I gotta be careful on the ring again. Because the thing with Knuckles' jump, you don't jump very high with him, so it kind of can be a liability on this boss specifically. I saw a video about it. Okay, yeah, and what I'll also do is, I said, this is also the benefit of when they go on the YouTube site. Even if you're watching the show right now, I will have other stuff to explain some of the things we talked about. It's like, hey, we talked about this. Oh, that was lucky. This is a tough boss with Knuckles, but yeah, I just barely got it. Also, if you have enough rings here, a large amount of rings, because he doesn't jump very high, yeah, you can feasibly drown here. But, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you also don't have the insta-shield like Sonic does, but, yeah, there you go, we got through it. He's going to Hydro City Act 2. While the water goes down, or takes me down, and with that, we're on an encroaching wall section. And also some changes from how Sonic 3 was, because we're playing through Sonic 3 levels. When they released this on... Also, there's a little glitch there. We have Knuckles jumping. He doesn't jump right for some reason. But, yeah, when it came to Sonic 3, or the mix of Sonic 3 here, they did change some of the level layouts, of that being one case where it was a spring with Sonic 3, and here it's life. So a little nicer, but, not too much of a change either. You notice these little things for that. And we're all about little things, by the way, button control on this show, just to let you know. Because that's, kind of why I go about with this, and I guess the chat likes it, but, as I said, that's why... I mean, if nothing else, it's kind of a reflection of my love of gaming, and I guess of the chat's love of gaming, whether this game or any other aspect of it. So, that's the idea. The comic was the Super Sonic Special 7. Actually, yeah, I think I might actually have read that. And, yeah, when it goes on the YouTube site, I'll probably put a photo of what this is. I think I might have seen something to that. I was still shocked to see that. Yeah, I know they made some jokes and things to stuff in the comics. I know, I think they did do connections of sorts with Archie as a joke, and I guess the fact of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic of, Archie's at the time, and I don't think they had, oh no, they had, there was one comic, I think they did have that. Whoa, it's real. Yeah, it is. And that was the interesting thing about the Archie comics, or at least that comic, because I know there's also one called Sonic the Comic in Europe, which is something totally different. Also, I'm going over here because there's invincibility. Well, I'm going under the water, and also have to keep myself from drowning, but we'll be set. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the weird thing. We sometimes run into these interesting cases as far as stuff with Sonic. I guess because Sonic's been around long, 30 years this year, and sometimes you see that. Alright. Yeah, but going through here, getting a life over on this direction. Probably getting another life on the 100 rings you get. Oh, that was weird. You're hearing this, right? Just makes you go, huh? Yeah, well, speaking of things that make you go, huh? Okay, I got the life. The life music played. I got 100 rings. My invincibility ran out. I'm doing, like, my stand idle animation. And I'm gonna drown, so let's get going. Okay, now we're in the sense that, okay, so I showed a glitch, sort of. The invincibility music kept going, and if I didn't drown, it would have kept going the whole level, but there you go. Yeah, I guess we'll hear this a lot as far as it, as well as other aspects of this music, which I guess we probably want to go into that, especially because we're going to do another special stage, which is number 4, which is one of the hardest because it's enclosed in with these areas, so you have to kind of understand exactly where we want to go if you're going to get in the perfect here. But yeah, the idea of a lot of the aspects of this music, which were, and this is why it's taken 12 years, it's going to be taking 12 years to get another version of this, because I was looking into this earlier, just because I'll sometimes take notes to go over some of the topics I want to talk about with the game. Sometimes I'll go the history of certain things. I knew we needed to talk about the music for this, because there's the one case, I think people know now, the fact that Michael Jackson was involved with this soundtrack as far as creating it. It was confirmed after his death in 2009, and he was kind of, not discussed as far as his involvement after he got in trouble with the law, but also the idea that a lot of famous people in the music industry were involved with this soundtrack, and that's the licensing. Honestly, I expect Spawn and Deadpool duking it out compared to, Sonic and Spawn. Yeah, that'd be a weird case for that. I mean, I guess that might be one of those, and y'all go into this because you were mentioning this on last week's program. We were mentioning it, no, it was 2 weeks ago when we started Kingdom Hearts. You were talking about Metal Sonic vs. Zero, which I did watch this afternoon. I get maybe where some of your qualms are coming from, is like, how does, what happens with that happen with that? But they do kind of pull from, elements of the game's, canon of sorts, although with Zero's case, they also pull out aspects of Mega Man X5, one of its non-canonical endings, and also Mega Man X Command Mission, which I don't necessarily know where the element of that is, or how much that fit into that franchise. But yeah, I found an interesting perspective that, it almost reminded me a little bit of, and I don't know if anyone in the chat's familiar with this, the show Deadliest Warrior, which I think is a History Channel show, where they basically use, scientific perspectives and ideas of saying, wait a minute, what would happen if, say, a Japanese shogun fought off against, a Roman centurion or something, and do a perspective of that, which I guess this is kind of doing, but also some cases, the thought of, how necessarily can they get to the results there. And in that case, I can get the idea of there being potential qualms to that, although they do sort of make good arguments as far as one way, but, at that case, Metal Sonic does have his, strength that way, too. Just keeping going and having a great time in the Hydra City area. Going through stuff like that. I'll go back to the music briefly. Also, at some point, I do want to show the third bonus stage, but I need to have rings in increments of 50 to get it. Or 50, it's between, okay, because when you hit the lamp post, the star post, if you have between 20 and 39 rings, you go to the slot machine. If you have between 40 and 49, you go to the glowing spheres. And between 50 and 59, you go to the Gumball minigame from Sonic 3. But there's another life. You get lives at 100 and 200 rings, and it stops at 200. So if I get 300, you're not getting another life. Making a nice bounce there to get the water shield, which keeps me from drowning underwater until I get hit. And if you're Sonic, you can bounce around with it, but we're not Sonic, so yeah, we're not doing that. Unlike Sonic, Knuckles doesn't bounce. I guess we can keep that. That's the part they got right, as far as unknown from me. But yeah, up here is another special stage. Let's get going. Yeah, we should feasibly be able to do this alright. Also, go over to the side. This is one of the weirdest ones to do of the Sonic 3 stuff, forgetting the perfect on it. Because you have to go to the right, and then you have to go over to the left this way, and then over there again, to get all of the 9 squares for this. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, did you see the Switch announcement? Yes, I did. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking on that. Yeah, just to go over that. This week had the unveiling of the last character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And on top of that, Nintendo announced that Square Enix is going to be providing all of the Kingdom Hearts games to Switch, albeit in cloud versions, the way that they released stuff like Control, and I believe Hitman 3 it was, where it's going to be, you have to be cloud connected for it, and you have to have an online connection for play on the game. I'm kind of of two minds on that on one case, because on one hand I'm thinking, well, alright, Kingdom Hearts 3 and some of the other stuff, I'm beyond livid about that because I don't want it to be cloud only. Yeah, I'm kinda, because here's my thing. Technologically speaking for Kingdom Hearts 3, and sorta with 2.8, I get it because those are on PS4 specifically, but 2.5 and 1.5 were on PS3. So I would think, I think the Switch could handle that specifically, and I guess if nothing else, it also perhaps defeats the purpose of having it on Switch in the sense of the portability. Because in a lot of cases, you're going to have to be out and you're going to have some kind of an internet connection for play of it. And I'm thinking, if nothing else, the 1.5, 2.5 thing at least, that perhaps plays to that negative stereotype of the Switch is that okay, fine, it's not as powerful as the other systems, PS4 and Xbox One, and of course PS5 and Series S and X, but at the same time, it's not necessarily a total slouch. Yeah, Doom and Witcher, yeah, thank you. Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Witcher 3 can run on the system, you're right. And that's really the question. What I'll say as far as Square on this, also, we're going down a different path for Knuckles. We would go downwards the other way if we're Sonic, but, yeah, we're not in this case. I would say that maybe because Square had a lot of trouble with Balan Wonderworld on Switch, and I've seen that Switch version running. I bought on the Xbox One. One of my coworkers said, we're buying on the Switch, and we're going to take a look and see, is it really that much of a technical problem with it? And oh my god, it is. I don't know if maybe Square's thinking, well, maybe we'll just do it that way, because they're not able to get it running, but I don't know. I mean, they released a couple things on Switch that ran fine. I mean, the ActRaiser Renaissance that came out runs fine. Okay, we'll show off the gumball stuff. So you bounce up here and turn the crank to get gumballs that become lives or rings or barriers. So there's the ring, which is 10 rings. Those bounce you down. I'm not getting good luck this way. The B is blue. REP is replaced. It replaces the springs down at the bottom. I don't want that because I'm going to lose it the minute I get out. We sometimes look at the draw. Yeah, I get that idea. You're right, though, that Doom and Doom Eternal and Witcher 3 run on this system, or run on that system anyway. And I could handle at least Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1, specifically. What I will say, at least, is that they are giving the DLC for 3 on it, but again, it is cloud-based, so that's perspective. I mean, if nothing else, I'll say this. It comes at least down to one argument, which is that, at the very least, I agree with you. I'm upset that 1.5 and 2.5 release. I'm saying, like, why can't the Switch handle those? Broke the camel's back in regards to Square for okay, yeah, I slipped in that. By the way, for the boss here, he does not come downwards when you're his Knuckles, so you have to wait till he comes up or use the bombs for that. Or get on the water jet as it comes down to hit him. Yeah, but, okay, so that was basically, that was the end as far as it, for Square on that. I mean, I'll say this, at least it's available for people to play on Switch if they don't have something else to play it on, or if they don't have a PC that can run it feasibly, but at the same time, like, yeah, that's going to be a question to it, and also what cost is going to be. Because they also said, I think it's going to be all-in-one feasibly, so maybe that'll be better than the Xbox One and PC releases. Yeah, also there's this little glitch, jump on the side there at that, and he's just running on the side. But yeah, okay, so, because I know you've mentioned the idea of Modern Square, who, honestly, they kind of got onto my good side when they announced ActRaiser Renaissance, and they released it the same day. I was like, let me buy this, and it's awesome. So, I mean, but I get the idea that, alright, you know, giving that perspective as far as the Switch, and giving that idea that, you know, it's going to be maybe underpowered, which is not the case. But also, I guess, then what else is going to go with the stuff they've had going? Not everyone necessarily has good internet or unlimited data. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. And, I mean, in that case, I guess feasibly it's going to be forcing people to either buy one of the systems they don't have, or come with another way. By the way, we're in Marble Garden Zone. We'll see that in a second as we go in to get the 6th Chaos Emerald. Also, do the thing you're not supposed to do on that one, which is get all 4 of those to, you know, block the path off. But yeah, you're right. If you live, and that's a good point, because I'll say this, sometimes there's discussion as far as online gaming, or as far as online connectivity. And I mentioned that with Sonic Colors Ultimate, actually, because I have it on Xbox One. It has problems with how it runs, and it seems like it runs worse when you have it connected online, which the Xbox One wants you to be connected with. So, but it does get to that question of, wait a minute, if I don't have a setup to play something like this, and I only have a Switch, say, is that going to be a problem? It's going to basically say to people, you know what, if you want to play this, play it on something else instead, where you don't have that entanglement. But you're right as far as how that is, and also the idea of how you handle data, because I can imagine it's going to be costing a lot for running something like that, just for the purpose of, hey, I want to play this game. These games that are multiple hours, and just to go back to that, because I know there's some people in the chat here who are new, we started Kingdom Hearts running the Xbox One version, actually, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, imagine if I had to be online for that case, like, it would be a problem, maybe, it's like, yeah, especially because of how long the games go. Alright, there is the perfect, there's not many rings here, so in this case, it's to go back and play the other way to get the others here. But it does raise a question to that, and I guess, you know, let's go into that then, or posit the question out, which is, when necessarily is online gaming or online requirements going to get in the way of something Is it going to be for something long or just something in general? Because I've gotten that case of, you know, the thought of the connectivity. Because look, I'm playing a game here. Fine, I'm streaming a game online that is not, you know, intended for online, or it's not online. Genesis didn't have online, or at least it didn't have it this way. It had it for, Alright, so I had to do a fancy jump over the red stuff, and if I hit the red ones, I'm done. Woo. That's a benefit also of going fast at the very least, but I got it. I'd rather take a digital version. Yeah, and I mentioned that with Kingdom Hearts, because the Xbox One and PC versions are digital only. I like it on PS4 and 3. And also, I guess the idea that, you know, that's one way of going in that perspective. But as I said, I'm playing a game that's not online, and the only online the Genesis had actually was the Sega channel, where you could stream games for it through your cable box. But that was back in the days when that was, like, brand new, as far as online streaming of aspects. So nowadays, the idea that, I mean, as I said, sometimes I'll understand it more for a tech reason. I mentioned that with, Control, because Control is a very technically demanding game for that. Also, you want to be careful of the robots, or, yeah, dashing into that quickly, and actually, I didn't even hit that at all. Now I'm looking back at the video, so it's like, yeah, sometimes the collision detection can be a little wonky, but, yeah, we'll make do, and I have, 18 lives. We're not getting a game over anytime soon. And I have about, in 94 this came out, that'll be multiple years of experience with this one, so it's not onto that. Oh, right! Speaking of which, I went through the floor. See ya, but first I mentioned, that's what happens on this show. Sometimes weird things, and hey, it's captured for, the rest of time. But yeah, there you go. Looks like the spike was on its way up when it's got you, which was kind of frustrating. Yeah, I mean, in some cases, and that's come up as well, the idea that even though these are great games, sometimes you get into cases of seeing, well, wait a minute, there are certain things as far as bugs and glitch, and people have documented that on this game pretty significantly. And to be fair, there are some games in the Sonic franchise you can do that. In fact, actually, I'll mention this. Protorova comes to the show, and he's going to be on the show when we do Zelda Ocarina of Time next year. He mentioned there are times he's played this game. He loves Sonic 2 as far as the perspective of Sonic. And he said to me once, he said, I sometimes got stuck in, like, the ground, or, like, we just saw there, I got stuck in the floor. And it does suggest maybe this game was rushed, because there is a passage in the instruction manual, and I will put it on the YouTube video to prove I am not lying, that says, Robotnik has come up with a lot of traps that take advantage of Sonic's speed. Be careful not to get into traps that Sonic cannot escape. If you get stuck in the wrong one, you may have to hit the reset button on your Genesis to start the level from where you last saved. It's like, technically, they sort of knew. Although, in a lot of cases, I mean, I guess in that case, you're like, well, fine. The glitchiness of Sonic, I guess, was here from the beginning, but I think it did a better job of hiding it in a lot of ways. It's not something where it's common. You don't see this that often. So, at the very least, there is that. While I'm also going on the top and just rolling along the ground in the Marble Garden Zone, which is a nice place to be, and bouncing on the spikers, where the spikes do not work on top of them so you don't get hurt. You have to hit them to the side to beat them. But yeah, I get that idea. I guess we'll go back to some stuff with, I guess the digital stuff. As I said, there's a tech reason for some of that, but then again, you're right. It does come off as a question of, you know, Square just doesn't want to do this because they don't want to, you know, spend the money feasibly, or spend the money to set it up. Where they could have done, like, with Bethesda did with Doom, and Doom Eternal, and that, Witcher 3, that CD Projekt. They could just do a port job for this. But, yeah, I mean, that's the idea of what that was all about. Right, this is the last special stage of the Sonic 3 portion. You can get it pretty fast, and thankfully this game does give you a lot of opportunities to get them. So if you screw up, say, you have opportunities to redeem yourself, as opposed to something like Sonic Pocket Adventure on the Neo Geo Pocket Color, where you have to get the emeralds perfectly each time, and if you don't, you only have the number of chances to get them that are equal to the number of emeralds that are in the game. So it's like, yeah, there's 6 emeralds, you get the 7th on story, you only have 6 opportunities, and if you don't get it, yeah, you're not getting it. So in this game, it's much better designed that way with the big rings that will take you in here, by the way. But I mean, just to go back to that, like, the tech reasons for some of that stuff I get, but yeah, for some of it, I'm like, no, I don't totally understand some of that with, Kingdom Hearts. So I mean, that's gonna be another question to that, and the idea of, you know, what, like, Square saying, no, we don't want to take that risk, specifically, and actually, I guess, when you think about it, this is not necessarily the... Actually, yeah, Square has technically done this before. They did this with, Hitman 3, Although with Hitman 3 is very technically demanding, so I get that one. But with Kingdom Hearts, not completely. Alright, there is the 7th Chaos Emerald. We got them all. For now. Okay, fine, we got all the Chaos Emeralds. We're gonna have more emeralds, get to the Sonic & Knuckles portion. In the meantime, there you go. All the emeralds, all perfect. Nice. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying the show. It sounds like you are, and again, we're glad to have you. Got another continue, and with that, Knuckles could be Super Knuckles. Now we'll see what happens when you get 50 rings. You probably already have. But also, here's the other thing. I don't necessarily want to get rid of the music right away, because as soon as I do this, we're going into a case of, you know, hearing the invincibility theme over and over again, which is a great theme, but then again, the music in this game is awesome, and we're going to get into that more, especially the Michael Jackson connection when we get to the next zone. Because I was looking into this pretty deeply. There is music industry connections with this game that I was not expecting to be that vast, even behind the Michael Jackson thing. I mean, you have people in there who, and this might also be the license case of some of this stuff, you have people who are doing, you know, music video stuff or, like, record producing for a lot of stuff of Motown artists. Particularly, like, Patti LaBelle and DeBarge and Whitney Houston, things like that. It's amazing. Recently playing Final Fantasy VIII, the remastered version, or the one on the PlayStation. Let me know, because I've been wanting to play one of those. Especially since it seems like the remastered version was the one that seems like it was done the best, from what I've understood, of the ones that have come around. Well, one of the ones that was done the best, as far as this. But let's get the Fire Shield, because use the remastered version. Oh, what system are we talking? Because I know that's on a bunch of things. At some point, I think we should do more stuff with Final Fantasy. Okay, fine. We have to do Final Fantasy as it is. Such a good game, because I love the triple triad. Yeah, I'm not an expert on Final Fantasy VIII at all, so that's my case. Alright, we're fighting the Tunnel Bot. It's a little different with Knuckles, because he doesn't come down high enough, so you have to jump on this spiky log to jump up high enough to get him, not hit on the side. But yeah, that is kind of a blind spot with me with Final Fantasy. And, as I mentioned, kind of the most we've been doing with Final Fantasy for the show so far has been Kingdom Hearts, but at some point I do want to pick up some of these other ones, including that one, which is one that I get over the years. People are really, you know, starting to kind of like it more. Although it was liked a lot at the time, so it's kind of a weird case where people turn against it. Alright, I'm dead. Yeah, sometimes I get reckless like that, and so that's what happens. But, I guess that's the thing here, is that Knuckles technically has the hard time with the bosses, though, ironically, I gotta tell you, I don't see how, Final Fantasy VIII is the black sheep of the franchise. I mean, and it wasn't at the time, because it was 1999 that came out, and it was a big deal when it released. People were going nuts over that. It was getting great reviews, as far as, you know, gaming magazines and things. And then when Final Fantasy IX came out the next year, I don't know, I got the sense of people liked the fact that Final Fantasy IX had a style similar to how, like, the Final Fantasies were on Super Nintendo. And in a lot of ways, they kind of turned, I mean, it's kind of like, in a lot of ways, how Super Mario Sunshine seems like after that game came out, it was well received, and then years later, people said, like, oh, I don't like it, or I don't like certain things, and there are parts of that game that are really frustrating and hard, but something like, I don't get the sense, like, why it's not necessarily, well, I mean, it's the kind of thing that, and from what I've understood of Final Fantasy VIII, and tell me this, chat, if you're familiar with this, if I'm understanding this right, I understand that game took a lot of risks with some of the stuff with its combat, and also with, I guess, its magic system. And I don't know if people looking back to that and saying, like, oh, they loved how Final Fantasy VII and VIII did it, or love Final Fantasy VII so much, there's like, oh no, we don't want 8, although, again, 9 is really well liked. But it's funny, when the remastered version came out, people tend to really look at that and say, like, oh, they did this one really right, and they had a lot of fun with what it was. I mean, maybe it's also just that idea of, like, hey, there's so many games in this series, so many amazing seminal games. You'll run on that case. I also can't get into Final Fantasy VII, and we've gone over that, I think, a little bit before. There's people I've talked to who have mentioned the same thing, or cases where, okay, that, by the way, you have to use the top to get through that and knock out that block there, and it comes away. So you just shift around, give me some anxiety. This one in Hilltop Zone in Sonic 2. Yeah, you're right. Like, the nervousness of you're gonna get crushed to death. Which is just a case of, you know, doing that. And yeah, you can bounce off the spikes and then go into the mace like that and get slammed. But yeah, I think it's been mentioned, I mean, with the Mega Man Legends playthrough, Nocturne was on the program, and who was also for Sonic 1's playthrough. I think has mentioned to me a couple times that she was not huge on Final Fantasy VII, but she loved the remake in particular. The idea that everybody talks about so much, they feel like, oh, it's overrated. You know what, let's do Super Knuckles now. We do that, you go fast, you flash like that, and you are good, but your rings keep going down. So, I mean, I think maybe that's the idea. Maybe the thought of... And it's because somebody was mentioning this to me the other day. We're talking about the fact that the Castlevania Advanced Collection came out. I was mentioning how good Symphony of the Night is, but some people are saying, like, oh, it's like Final Fantasy VII. People maybe hype the game too much to a certain degree, or it gets that perception, maybe. So then they come to it, and people's like, well, I don't necessarily see what the deal is, or I get the sense that I like something else better. Also, yeah, we can run down these, which is a nice effect, talking about that. Yeah, you're pink, bro. Yeah, we indeed are. Alright, yeah, he's flashing pink or magenta, feasibly as it is. And because we're invincible, we can climb up these things with the spike balls, and we're going to have no problems. But as I said, you are going to have to hear the invisibility music for a while. Also, hit those little, like, Prince Idol things in the gem like that to bust the area. Although, with Knuckles, you can actually just jump that way and totally ignore it. Or honestly, that kind of reminds me of, oh shit! Okay, there we go again, with weird stuff happening. Me falling through the wheel. Alright, see, I'm saying this game is great, and it is great, but maybe I'm not making a good job of showing it. But yeah, that thing with the gem, always reminded me of, I don't know if anybody knows this, or remembers this board game from Milton Bradley, which is extremely rare, by the way, now, called Forbidden Bridge. You have this little idol thing there, and you have to go over there without losing your gems. It's reference from why Knuckles doesn't go super anymore. Yeah, I'll have to find what that is. By the way, here, in this case, you can't jump that high. You also can't climb up there. Although there is a way to technically get through this, and if you do, if you get to the boss there are times the game will just reset. It won't know what to do, and will reset. And I've found that happen as well. It's video. Okay, yeah, let me know what that is, and I'll also append it to the YouTube site link as well. Alright, so because we can't go that way, we have to go up to the top for another boss. And my ring thing is going to run out, so here we go. At least it's good to show that, yeah, I'm in a little bit of a precarious situation now, but just wait till the mace goes away and you're going to be all set. Alright. I guess maybe that's also the case when going back to, like, the concept of games that maybe are oversold. Maybe with Sonic, too. Sometimes it comes to the idea of, and this might be the Final Fantasy VIII thing, which is that thought of sometimes wanting to, you know, cheer on the underdog. And I'm kind of like that as well, the idea of, there's certain games that franchises I love, but others that, hey, people don't tend to talk about. And so I sometimes like to show that off, and the show's kind of an extension of that as well. But still, at the same time, though, it's like, alright, not necessarily saying that something like Final Fantasy VII or 8, I guess, feasibly, are games that aren't good. I mean, they're not saying, like, oh, this is like Superman or something like that. But at the same time, though, it's like, yeah, sometimes that expectation can sometimes be your worst enemy. And sometimes you're like, oh, I attract something else more. Oh, yeah, you're right, button control, in terms of the idea that you're getting a little nervous because you're seeing that come up. And that was kind of a case of me, too, especially here, where your Knuckles, and yeah, you can't climb up that. You have to wait till you can jump high enough, hit this, and you have to hit it 3 times. Otherwise, I'm going to get crushed to death, so I got to get through. There we go. Just made it. So, yeah, the tension that comes along with it. It's a flash video before the Battle of Solaris from Sonic 06, I believe. Correct? Whew, yeah. Or, whoo! That was too close. Go back to Star Fox 64, which is a great playthrough we had. Alright, here is a different take on the boss. Oh, shit, yeah, here's the thing. Egg Robo shoots out those spike areas, and you have to hit them. This is definitely different from how you go with Knuckles, or with Sonic and Tails. Knuckles heard Super Sonic, and Sonic is like, you're pink, bro. Yeah, I get that as well. I wonder if he says back, like, you're gold, bro. Or you're golden. Or maybe Knuckles will say, yeah, something going diagonals like that, which are sometimes the easiest to hit, and I just barely touch that ring, but also are hard to avoid. And usually they come out of those little, look at the top there, like the holes there on the top of the ceiling, but out the bottom is no guarantee. Also, for some reason, they have the Act 1 mini-boss music here, as opposed to the Act 2 more menacing music. But either way, oh, yeah, I'm in trouble. Yeah, but at least you have invincibility frames, you get hits, so you do that, and I think I have one more hit to go. And I will be okay as far as time, because this game has... Uh-oh. Like the other ones... Oh, no, it was the last hit. Or the second to last hit. Yeah, but, because you have time over, so if I hit 10 minutes, I'm done. I hopefully won't run into the case like it was with Sonic 2 8-bit last month, where I got stuck and had to wait it out. Actually, in that case, I've noticed, like, a lot of weird glitches coming on, you know, some of the Sonic games I've been doing, weirdly. Because it was this one, it was Sonic, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, and it was, Sonic 2 8-bit. These Knuckles bosses could be brutal. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm also not doing a good job, because as I mentioned, when I grew up playing this game, I actually was able to beat this game with Knuckles before I was able to beat it with Sonic. And the reason is actually in the next zone, the thing with the barrel from, Carnival Night Zone, which we're not going to see exactly, but I can at least show how some of it's going to work, if nothing else. But, yeah, so that's the perspective that, yeah, it is a little harder in terms of this, although then again, when you get to the Sonic Knuckles part of it, it's sort of the same. Yeah, me too, I get that perspective. Alright, so we got him. The infamous barrel, and you will show that. And see, that's a funny case, because it's not, It is infamous, I guess, because sometimes, like, wait a second, where do I go? And, the idea that it doesn't really give you a sense of, like, what you're supposed to do to get through it. Actually, the only reason I know is actually because of a reformed bully of my brother's. Alright, I was pulling a powdered toast man there, bouncing backwards and flying backwards, oh, and falling on the spikes and dying. But, yeah, there you go. But, yeah, I mean, it was actually a reformed bully that my brother knew in, elementary school that told us how to get past it. It was like, we kind of were thanking him. Yeah, I'm still doing that, again. I've also been playing Link's Awakening, the Switch version, I'm gonna assume, or, the Game Boy, or Game Boy Color edition, the remake. Yeah, I do have the remake. That's probably the one we're gonna use, because my, copy of, Link's Awakening DX does not have its battery working. Yeah, we're going through the Carnival Night Zone with this piece of music, which actually, I'm also gonna get another question to this. Am I gonna get a content, strike on this game? Or, I guess here's the thing, question chat then, are you hearing the music for Carnival Night? Because this is actually a take on a Michael Jackson song. It's a take on Jam from 1991. And actually we're gonna get that, or we sort of get that if you play Sonic 3, because there's a piece of music, the credits music, which he actually took and turned into, the song Stranger in Moscow from 1996. Alright, there are the barrels, by the way. I want to avoid them for the time being. Want to join this nice aspect of being in the carnival with those electric bots that explode in electric energy, and the lightning shield will not protect you from that for some reason. Alright, no! Yeah, I don't want to get through that. That is kind of a hard area, because if you dash this quickly, yeah, you get crushed and die. Actually, a lot of the cases for Knuckles, Carnival Night is not that hard. Right, there we go. Also, I can get this. By the way, when we have all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, you get 50 rings off of that, and you can go super right away. Actually, I guess fitting for this boss, although in a lot of cases, is going to be me waiting. To a certain extent. Which you have this electric contraption thingy. Which has the little top on it. I guess it technically is a time where you have to jump and get it to expand itself out like that, and then you hit it 4 times. Or have the top spike thingy of it, hit it 4 times and it's dead. Yeah, but feasibly these can bust, and if you have nothing left, you're gonna die, although, I don't know if I've ever had that happen. Yeah, but there we go, having the nice music for this, which as I mentioned, it is a Michael Jackson song, technically, so I don't know if there's gonna be a content concern, but that's also the reason I think why... Oh, perfect, I got lucky getting a bounce to get the electric shield. I think that's the reason why this game has not been re-released since 2011. Which was via, there's a PC collection on it that's on Steam, and then also Sonic Classic Collection on the DS that has it. But yeah, here we're in Act 2. I'm gonna go this way because we'll bounce on the balloons, get the rings, and get this going. Link's Awakening is great. What all you have to do is move up and down, getting angry, up and down, what the fuck, time up. Yeah, that's kind of what happened in my case. Also, there's no water, by the way, when you're here with Knuckles. There's water elsewhere. I do want to show what you're talking about with the barrel, though. In fact, you know, we can go this way, but, yeah, you know what, I do have to, well, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna go the other direction. Actually, okay, I can't. But yeah, on those barrels, by the way, the ones that are not moving on their own, you need to pull that, oh yeah, they're from Sonic Shorts. I've heard a lot about the Sonic Shorts stuff, yet I've never seen them. I should probably start watching them, even though they're really old, but I remember a lot of channels I watch have mentioned them. I've mentioned, the Some Call Me John channel and the Super Game Brothers channel. That Sonic Shorts concept comes up a lot, so I need to go about that at some point. Taking a shot out of the cannonball and into the spikes. Alright. Yeah, that's an ouch case. Yeah, because I was saying, for this one, yeah, you don't tend to see that barrel, well, not usually, unless I can get myself up there. Actually, you know what? I could probably get myself up there. Let's go here and jump high enough, because you can sort of do that even though his jump is not that great. Actually, you know what? I can do it this way. So let's try that. Okay, so I can't go that way. Alright, we'll stop it, because with Knuckles, I can go through here. We're not going through here. I'm going to try not to go through here. Yeah, we're just going to glide up the hill. Because here's the thing, with Knuckles, Carmel Knight's really easy. You don't fight a boss. But I think we should fight that boss. Because you can, if you come this way, and not go through the wall. Just slide up the hill, and yeah, jump to that. There we go. Yeah, we're going to fight the boss with Knuckles. You normally don't have to. You can go down there, and there is the egg capsule, and we're done. Yeah, we're doing it a little different. This is a unique playthrough of this game with Knuckles. I'll tell you that right now. Also gives me a good opportunity to take some water, because I have a lot of that on board. Because clearly I don't want to... I mean, clearly I talk a lot, as you can tell. Curious, what are your thoughts on Nights into Dreams? We played Nights into Dreams, sort of, actually, for this channel last year. I really like it. And, I will say this. I have a Sega Saturn. I want to get that version and show that game off to return to it. So I do really like it, and the style of it, and also the Christmas Nights game, which I do have the Christmas Nights game. I have on the YouTube site a look at the HD version, which is in that HD Nights into Dreams game. That was actually my first time playing it ever. And I bought it on the Saturn because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say this right now. Christmas this year is on a Saturday. I'm streaming that game on Christmas Day. I'll tell you that right now. It's like, yeah, this is not going to happen for another 7 years. But yeah, we got the electric ball thing, which is a lot harder if you come up here with Knuckles, because you have to wait until he comes down in order to hit him. Careful of the electrified floor that drags you towards the ball. But yeah, I like Knights a lot, and you can get a sense of what it... I mean, my first perspective of it, and a lot of cases, I said at the time with that one, I said it was the Xbox 360 HD version I was running as a little bit of a teaser. But I think we need to play that for the whole game, and I mentioned in that you want to play it with that 3D controller for the Saturn, which I have. I just need to get a copy of it. At some point, we'll play the Saturn version, because if you've never played... I mean, question then, Flight Control, have you ever played Knights, specifically, particularly the first one? I played the second one. I thought it was okay, although I didn't play it for very long. Maybe I should go back to playing that one at some point, or at least give it another look. Yeah, be careful not to get electrified. But yeah, I said to myself, like, yeah, when I played it with that 3D controller, it just feels so perfect that even the other versions of the game that came out, and the sequel on the Wii, there's something about the way that analog works on the Saturn version that just the other systems can't replicate, and it just feels so wonderful. As I said in the video, quote, it's just deliciously wonderful to play, and it is good stuff. I kind of get really into that perspective I was talking about, and I just missed him completely. As I said, you normally don't have to fight this boss, but yeah, we're going to do that. I had the first one on the Saturn. Okay, so you have experience with that, and you probably then played it with the 3D controller, because when it came out, it came bundled with it. But they then did another version that had it not in the box. You lucky dog. Yeah, I guess, Sweet First, your take is you didn't play it on Saturn. But as I said, I have Saturn, so we can show it off. I just have to get a copy, which might run into money unless I get the Japanese version. Actually, with Christmas Nights, I did buy that Japanese version. I wish I had a Sega Saturn. Yeah, I could get that perspective as well. I bought one a couple months ago because I was able to find one feasibly, affordably, that also had Switch on it, where I was able to use it to play Japanese games. And I also had to figure out... I played the HD release. Gotcha. Yeah, which I think is how the case was with a lot of people. And actually, that was the first time I played it, because I didn't have Saturn either for a long time. But that HD version was what made me go. And as we've also mentioned on the show, Saturn emulation is really difficult. So, in a lot of cases, most of those games either don't come back or they have to get rebuilt from scratch, like the Panzer Dragoon remakes. Or Remake 1 now and 2 when it comes out. And the House of the Dead remake, too. But, yeah, so in that case, there is that perspective to it. And also, it's an expensive one to collect for. Unless you're going for Japanese releases. But I was saying with Christmas Nights, I did buy the Japanese version because it's cheaper than the US. I could play it. And also, we sort of looked at the US version for that stream that's on the YouTube site with that HD edition, but it also has the other stuff in it on Saturn that's unique. So that does mean Sonic the Hedgehog into Dreams and the karaoke section, which is going to be a fun time to do. I think we should almost be done with this boss, which just take a lot longer with Knuckles, but there you go. I think one more hit. Or 2 more hits, maybe. I'm kind of losing count right now. It's usually just 8 hits to kill any Eggman or Egg Robo boss, but sometimes you just lose count because you get so into the moment. Yeah, honestly, I'm almost getting close to the time over just on this. But then again, as I mentioned, this is a unique play, because you're not going to see many that are going to go out of their way to fight this boss, Knuckles, but... Okay, got him. But also, it's going to make the stage transition not make sense going through here. Also, I fell down to the ground really quickly for some reason. I don't know why. Not getting much of a time bonus on that, but that's okay. Alright, now... Actually, I'll say this also. When I first played this game, I didn't know you're supposed to wait till they shoot you out, so I was shooting out and it doesn't do anything. Yeah, just jump in this and wait. And now you're going to make the transition to Ice Cap Zone a little different. Yeah, because you come out of one of those. Because with Knuckles, when you go the other path, the way you're supposed to, without, you know, fighting the boss, you run into a case where you hit, like, a transportator thing, and that's how you get in here. But it plays the same way if you go the other way. Yeah, we're in Ice Cap with this music, which is, another case of a famous piece of music. This is a song called Hard Time from a band called the Jedsons, which was by Brad Buxer, or Brad Buxer was the keyboardist of it, and he did the soundtrack for this game. And for a long time, that's another case of, hey, this music is kind of a licensed content case. I hope I'm not getting anything, you know, censored to this or, you know, the show turned off. But that's, I think, also the reason why we've waited so long, or it's been so long, to get the re-release of this. Alright, we can't go up there with Knuckles, so we have to go into this area here. Oh, yeah, and be careful of the Penguinators, but yeah, they're easy to avoid. Okay. Also, yeah, these things, these spike, or these spike flakes, specifically, yeah, you will not be protected from these if you somehow go in here with Sonic in Sonic 3 itself. You could do that by cheating. In fact, I will show one thing off. There's a glitch that I could show. Alright, not yet I can't, but soon enough. It'll have to do with the screen wrapping. At least now I also get to avoid the freezing stuff, so honestly this is gonna make the game a lot easier. Yeah, wait, I gotta go down this way. And you know, let's come out here, or go here, so I can get the music coming back. Now, I don't love the invincibility music, I do, but at the same time I also like this. Yeah, and the fire, by the way, will not melt stuff. Alright, push this forward and wait. And hold down to get the screen to scroll down in the crouch. Yeah, I did that on purpose, but don't worry. He'll come out fine. Yeah, the game won't crash, thankfully, if you do that. Actually, that's the trick you can use to, like, get through that area for Sonic. Because if you crouch down like this, and just as you let go of down and jump, yeah, it'll do a screen wrap like that. And basically you can transport out somewhere else, or back where it is. Actually... Okay, I didn't go backwards. But yeah, that is the screen wrap trick. You basically use that to go through any of those walls with Sonic in Sonic 3. If you go there with the super form, yeah, those spike ball things, even if you're supersonic, they'll hurt you. But this is the Knuckles way to go, so we're heading down this way. And we're gonna fight the boss. Actually, if you go down here with Sonic in Sonic 3, I believe the level just continues, and you complete Act 1, and it counts as Act 2 as well. So I think technically they're loading the whole Ice Cap Zone for Act 1 and 2 for the purpose of this. But yeah, we got this Ice Robo. Looks a little like Mallow from Super Mario RPG, or Mallow looks like this, as it might be. And that is an RPG we played on the YouTube channel, or it's up on the YouTube channel. That was a great case for the RPG. But there we go. We are done with Act 1. I guess go back to the Saturn thing to get a sense of that. The other challenge is also, as I mentioned before, streaming for that, because Saturn outputs in 240p, and modern TVs do not like that. Okay, fine, I take that back. The Fire Shield does do something to the not Orbinauts there, the Ice Orbinauts, whatever they're called, where it freezes away the ice spikes, at least. But, yeah, to go back to that, 240p is what Saturn outputs in. So I had to buy an upscaler, the RetroTync 5X, which actually I'm using to stream this, so it actually will recognize the output correctly. Actually, I had to use it for this because this game runs in 480i normally, and my capture equipment does not like to see that on this television. I was switching televisions back and forth for that case where I was doing anything off of the Genesis itself, because it is from the Genesis we're playing this. But with the RetroTync 5X, that's not a case, and with the Saturn, it recognizes the changes in output that go along and sometimes go between game. So I can show Saturn now. So there you go. In fact, next month's Sonic game is going to be the case of us looking at Saturn specifically for the first time, because I'm going to be playing Sonic 3D Blast on that, for that Super Sonic Game Saturday segment for next month. Also, there is a, I want to go down here because there is a ring. I do think also I could spring my way out of this. Yes, I can. Thank God they have that. Oh, and also here's one thing we didn't show. These are the Robotnik boxes. Hit those, you lose your rings, or you die if you don't have any. Or you lose your shield if you have one, so don't do that. They're honestly not around that much in this game. Although I think there are cases where they remove some for the Sonic 3 and Knuckles versions of these levels. And let me get that so I can get more lives. Yeah, that great, ring thing. Or that great, not the ring thing, the extra life jingle. Which actually, in my case, I remember for years, I actually had that as my reminder of, like, calendar events on my cell phone. In fact, even when I was in college, eventually my friends in college knew, like a 15-minute warning to something when they hear that. It's like, first, like, wait, what is that? It's like, oh, that's, this from Sonic and Knuckles. And they're like, oh, that's cool. And then it kind of became a part of me. Yeah, because clearly I love the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, if you could not tell. And also, just to go into this, for the 30th anniversary of the franchise is why we're playing all these games, but don't think that just because the year is going to end soon, that we're not going to come back to Sonic ever again. That is absolutely not true. We will come back to this franchise for sure, because it's an important part of my life, and it is a great one to do. Even for the not great games. I mean, we made Shadow the Hedgehog work, and it was a great time. Alright, so here is the boss here. With Super Knuckles, it's no problem, because it goes up like that. Actually, you need to have it... Basically, yeah, that goes upwards so you can make that jump a little easier. But it also makes it harder, and also that cloud there's not doing anything to me now, but... If I didn't have this going, I'd be frozen, and it would not be pleasant. But with that, Egg Robo is dead. For now. There we are with the ice cap done, and the nice ice flows in the background. I love the attention to detail. And I guess all the areas on Floating Island, or I guess Angel Island as it is, that we have. Alright, we are done, and we're going into the next stage. And the last stage for the Sonic 3 part of this is the launch base zone. This also has a piece of music that was, okay, changed, sort of. There was a beta of Sonic 3 that came out that had music different than this, and it was put into the PC edition of Sonic & Knuckles, the Sonic & Knuckles collection. But, yeah, this is the other case of, I guess there's a Michael Jackson connection, because you hear a lot of the, like, yo, or some of the yells out, like the one that goes, go Hedgehog, which you'll hear as we go along. But, yeah, we're not a hedgehog, we are an echidna. Or spiky anteaters, because that is a real thing. Because every kid growing up who heard, like, Knuckles the Echidna, what is that? Well, first, how do you pronounce that? Number one. Number two, what is it? And you find out it's a thing to that. Go Hedgehog! Yeah, just go Hedgehog. I don't know if this zone likes, not like Sonic more, but it's like, yeah, Sonic's not involved right now. So, yeah, he'll have to wait. We'll have Sonic's attention given next month. And the month after that. But yeah, I do like the launch base zone as far as getting that sense of finality for Sonic 3. And this is even with the perspective of knowing later that, oh yeah, this was not intended to be the last zone of the game. But if you're playing Sonic 3 alone, it does give you a sense of, alright, yeah, we're in this big case of being at the end. Also, you hit those switches and they open and close gates. And also you have these things, Corkers. I never knew that these were enemies. I just thought, oh, they're turrets, but they're actually something in the manual that says what they are. But I will also sit here and let this, do this, toss you in the wall. It will not hurt you, but, you will be flashing, and even, being pink is not going to do anything for that. Also, over here, there is speed shoes. I want to play this. Yes, you have the invincibility music running really, really fast. I think maybe that's the other thing about this one, is that you're going in speeds on this game that, even with some of the other ones at the time, you weren't quite hitting. Although, then again, it also goes to the perspective of, and this has come up before when we did Sonic 1, that, maybe it's not all about speed with Sonic, and maybe that's where the franchise went into trouble. And I've been talking to people, like, coworkers who said that. Like, they don't like the 3D stuff, but they're saying, I probed that. I was like, okay, what is it specifically? And I couldn't argue with anything they were saying. But also that, they like the idea that there's more exploratory stuff. Also, there's a weird case with the graphics of the Corker, or, yeah, the Corky enemy over there, when you come out of a bonus stage. But I guess the idea that, no, it's also about your platform prowess, and that's what Sonic & Knuckles still gives you the option for, while also, you know, letting you go super, super fast. Yeah, I was waiting because I don't want to get crushed by that thing. And I think in that way, I like that kind of the balance of both of those things. It has that tight control to be able to manage that, but also, maybe because of Sonic, I just want to go insanely fast. But there's something to be said about, you know, taking your time for it as well. Although, honestly, this one really emphasizes that the least of all the classic ones, I would say. Which also might be why I've heard people say, like, they like Sonic 1 better, or like Sonic CD, because Sonic CD, in some ways, is kind of a nice in-between to a certain degree. Also, I'm going away I usually don't go. You can jump into this and, take another path. That's the other brilliant thing about this game, and a lot of the other Sonic games as well, just the idea of the alternate paths you can take down levels. Alright, wait till the Snail Blaster opens his mouth before you kill him. Oh yeah, also this. Here's will show this. Yeah, this is a alarm thing. You have those Flybot 767s coming around. They'll keep coming, by the way, or... Will they keep coming? Alright, yeah, they will. You could stand there and spin dash, and just get tons of points off of that, and tons of lives on the back of it. So it's something to keep in mind if you want to have a ton of lives going. But alright, here we have a different case for launch base with Knuckles compared to Sonic and Tails. But first we're going to get some glowing spheres going with this great music. And it is this great, you know, kind of jazzy or funky soundtrack to it that also sounds really great, and also has a different sound than some of the other Sonic games of the time, particularly as far as like a lot of the percussion. And part of that is because of a lot of the different people involved in the soundtrack, for sure. Definitely love this song, or I always love this song. Yeah, it is great, and it also is one of the first cases we've heard of Jun Seno, as far as the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. This is actually the first Sonic game he was involved in. Before this, he was doing some other stuff, but or around this, he was doing some other things. But this is the first Sonic game he was doing the music for, until Sonic 3D Blast for the Genesis kind of gave him the keys to it, and then Sonic Adventure. Alright, here we go. Now, I'm going down here for invincibility because it makes this a lot easier. Because you had those little, when you play this with Sonic, you have these little spike things, but when you're playing as Knuckles, you have two of them. This is really hard when you don't have invincibility to it, and I learned that the hard way as far as that perspective of it. In some cases, they kind of go out of your direction, so you can't necessarily hit them all the time easily. Oh, that was weird. You saw that with the, yeah, the text had like a black line across it. I've never seen that before. That's the other cases I mentioned. Sometimes you run into cases where I'll play a game and even when I played this for, God, when was this? 1994, so that's almost, okay, it's 28 years about. I'm still finding new things out. You know, I'm gonna let him stand there. I'll take another drink of water, and the sign clips through the side of the stairs. We'll get another life. Yeah, he'll hold on. Yeah, this is definitely a different part of Knuckles' run through this, because we're going underwater, or in areas of water, and this is the last time we're going to see water. Which kind of makes the water shields semi-pointless when you get to Sonic and Knuckles' part, but, yeah, not too bad. I mean, it still protects you from a hit, so you could use it like an actual shield. Oh, yeah, but of course those Ribbots, which I always get stuck into hitting, and also the Orbinauts. Yeah, I just went back to show that. Yeah, in this game, this is why they invented the Insta-Shield, but, yeah, Knuckles doesn't have it. Alright. Yeah, see, I'm being completely reckless, but that's the other thing about this game. Sometimes I just like being reckless. Just running like crazy and just having a great time. So in this case, you have the water pipes you have to go through. Hear more of those yells of, I mean, and I guess you could tell that in this case, now that we know definitively that Michael Jackson had the connection. And you realize, okay, that's where that's coming from. And also a lot of the other people, because it's, let me get the names out of all these people. I need to mention this. There's Brad Buxer, who I mentioned, of the Jetsons. And also Bobby Brooks, Daryl Ross, Jeff Grace, the late Doug Grisby III, who actually passed away this year from a stroke at 57. He was kind of young, unfortunately. C. Siriko Jones, as well as Sachio Ogawa, Tatsuyuki Maeda, and Jun Seno, as I mentioned. Yeah, a lot of people involved with the music, and goes to that perspective of, I guess another thing that we sort of mentioned we did Sonic 1, which is that we're saying the idea that how the original music is in this, and it is original music, but also the idea that all of it really had connections with music industry elements, like Dreams Come True with Sonic 1 and 2. I'm chillaxing on the couch watching retro games. It's my own slice of heaven. I'm glad you're enjoying that, and it does sound like good slice of heaven, and wait, did I go the wrong way? I'm not stuck, am I? Oh no, I have to go this way. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I take that as a very high compliment that you're thinking that this is a form of heaven, and as I said, if you think it's not, if you were ever to think it was not, let me know, and I'd be okay to that. It's a great way to unwind. Alright, well, I thank you, and just to give a perspective to this, again, I mention this every so often, but that's what I really wanted to do on the show, because I said to myself, I'll be honest, let me go in the background of the show, because we're going through pretty much the same stuff. I'm getting the water shield, which is, I guess the color of the icon is, like, purple or magenta. But the point of the show, I'll tell you this. I started this last summer because I was, like with everybody, I was locked down, generally speaking. I mean, I was working, but still locked down. I wasn't seeing a lot of people I know, friends or family. So I said, hey, I love gaming. I want to get into a perspective that, yes, it is. Well, thank you very much, Dolly Finn, as well. But I said, you know what? I want to share my love of games with people, including just show other things about that. I might make popcorn. Okay, well, it is a good one to make popcorn, too. See certain things, or see the popcorn of Knuckles getting slammed on the wall. But as I said, I just started this kind of as a lark of just, I have the stream equipment, I can do stuff, and I said, I just want to show off elements of games, get in discussions with people in the chat, and SweetVerse came in actually on one of the Sonic games for this. It was Sonic CD. She mentioned it was his favorite one. And at that point, that's when I really realized it was him and Protorova, who has been with me from the beginning on this one, of the thought that this kind of became a different take of what a gaming stream is, in that, look, I'm not going to lie here. I'm not going to say that my show is getting millions and millions of people watching, and I'm not necessarily saying that's a problem. I'm fine with that. But I like this kind of small, intimate setting where there's people in the chat who want to see a game, and we'll have a discussion about it, and hear their memories, because I want to hear their memories too, or all of your memories, on whatever it is, or any observations of what you're seeing, including this boss here, where we have to hit that there, and I don't have Superform to help me, so yeah, this is going to be a little harder. But yeah, that's kind of what the point of the show is. I mentioned the coterie audience concept, and that's really what it's become, and I love that it's become that, and honestly, all of you in the chat have made that happen, and I'm very grateful to that. I'm going to say that right now, and that's why I do this every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, although next week it's going to be Friday, because I have stuff going on Saturday next week, but, so yeah, I'm going to change the schedule around a little, but I'm going to let you know in terms of that. And next week is going to be, we're starting with Luigi's Mansion. Dolly Finn wanted to see that game, so we're going to start playing it, and it's going to be a little long for us to beat it in one night, but we'll come back to it in a month. And Butt Control, if there's anything you want to see that we have not covered for the show, let me know, we'll make it happen. I'm all about taking requests. This is a great game, yeah, absolutely. Alright, and now we have the big arm, which you don't fight when you're playing as Sonic or Tails in the Sonic and Knuckles, or Sonic 3 and Knuckles case. Why is Egg Robo here? Good question. The reason for that, I believe, is that, from what I've understood, the story of this takes place after Robotnik was already defeated by Sonic and Tails in the main story. And I think the idea is that Egg Robo is like the remnants of Robotnik, or at least one of his, soldiers who, I guess, has sort of become sentient, I guess, or kind of is controlling himself, at least, and saying, I want to go after Knuckles. And actually, the cutscene of Sonic and Knuckles shows this when you first start the game up, where it shows Egg Robo dropping a bomb down on Mushroom Hill. And I think the idea also that is, in some ways, it gives a little bit of a versionary thing to what is going on with Sonic and Tails, sorta, but also just the idea that, I guess Egg Robo is wanting to, try again where Robotnik failed. I mean, not necessarily being handled. Alright, I got him. By the way, if you get grabbed in the hands, it hurts you. And in Sonic 3, if you get earned Super Form with that, it slams you in the ground, you come out of Super Form, it hurts you. So, yeah, gotta be careful about that. Yeah, I believe that is why Egg Robo was here. If I'm wrong, I'll put a correction in the YouTube video. But there we go. We are done with Act 2 of Launch Base. And that is the end of the Sonic 3 portion. But we are not done yet. Technically, that is the bomb he drops on Mushroom Hill and Sonic Knuckles. But yeah, it is launching me into Mushroom Hill. So, sort of set that way. So here we are in the first zone in Sonic and Knuckles. And here's the case when you have it locked on. I got all 7 Chaos Emeralds. When you do, you go into these glowing rings. And all the Chaos Emeralds you collected will be here for you to obtain. If I didn't get all 7, I couldn't get all 7 here. Or even get an opportunity to get all 7. But with this, there is the Master Emerald, which is safely in place. And now at this point, I get to go out for each of the special stages in any order I wanted to go in them to. For Sonic & Knuckles' part. Alright, now this is one of the hardest to do at Perfect on, because you jump in here to get the rings. You can also say screw it and just run around, but I'm gonna try for Perfect on everything, if I can. But also you have to jump specifically, hit that, and turn. It's not easy, especially when it goes fast. Can you skip that or not? Skip what? Doing the perfects? Oh, you're getting nervous. Is that what you're saying? You're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna miss? Oh, shit. I almost skipped it. Yeah, you're right, like that. That is what can happen, though. Well, it's just fine. I got a lot of opportunities, but that also shows you why it's hard. Skip, I guess, elaborate when you're saying skip that as well as you're saying. You're saying doing these parts? Because actually, here's the thing about this, because this actually goes to one aspect of how the game can end here. Because if you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds when you're in the Sonic 3 part of this game, you don't necessarily need to get all the Super Emeralds to get the good ending of the game. Do you have to get the Super Emeralds, or is it optional? Technically, it is optional. Well, here's the thing. Technically, in this game, you don't have to get any of the Emeralds at all. You can get to the end, no problem, and it doesn't change, as far as Knuckles' side of things, it doesn't change how you are getting through stages, or stages that you have accessible to you. For Sonic, it does, because you need to have all of them to get to Doomsday Zone, and I think when you have Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles together like this, I think if you get all of the Chaos Emeralds, that's enough for that. And as Knuckles, you are guaranteed the best ending if you don't get all of the Super Emeralds. But if you do get all the Super Emeralds, you get a bonus screen to it. So it's kind of more optional in a lot of ways as far as how it works. So I guess to answer that question, then, you don't technically have to get them in order to get the good ending, although it is a little better if you do. And by the way, if you don't get at least all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, the way the ending is, it gives an indication that... Oh, we're gonna see Mecha Sonic, not Metal Sonic. That he is back from the brink, and he's going to try and take the Master Emerald, because that's the idea of what's going on with Knuckles, and we'll see. We saw Mecha Sonic, or we see Mecha Sonic when we fight as, or play as Tails and Sonic. But that's the crux of Knuckles' gameplay here. He takes the Master Emerald, and we gotta fight him more than Sonic did. Actually, technically the idea is here, okay, this will explain this. Technically, Sonic destroyed the Egg Robos at Sky Sanctuary and Mecha Sonic, so then, like, they wanted their revenge. I guess they're getting on Knuckles, saying, like, hey, Knuckles is doing this, he caused this problem, or Sonic and Tails did, and, like, here he is to, you know, get broken out of Robotnik's plan, so now we're gonna pick up where he left off, while Robotnik goes off on his own to try something else, feasibly. Which I guess wouldn't be until Sonic Adventure, really. At least you're quick. You'd be going through this. As I said, that has to do with my 28 years of playing this game, but then, and also the idea of Sonic going fast, but also, yeah, so I mean, that's the idea, and also, I mean, if nothing else, as I said, this is not necessarily a long game. As I mentioned also, we've had this happen before, sometimes cases like this, it'd also be good to, you know, further the discussion of things of that, but yeah, that is the answer. Okay, what I do want to do is I'm looking for the last 4 right here, because that's also where the last ring is. I mean, in this case, I'm going for everything because, as I mentioned, I adore this game. This game is terrific. This is a game that shaped a lot of who I am as a gamer, and I feel that every part of it needs to be shown off. So in that case, that's why we're going for all of them. If I didn't feel it was necessarily as important, I wouldn't, but as far as, you know, the completion of the game, you don't have to. But in this case, we're going the whole way. That's weird. Yeah, I'm getting a phone call of some sort, but, yeah, it's on vibrate, so you don't have to hear it. Although, actually, if you did hear it, just to give you perspective, I actually would have a Sonic piece of music to it, which is, the speech you see from Sonic CD. So, yeah, there you go. In fact, actually, I think, when we did the Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine playthrough, I had it off silent, and it had, like, the ringtone of Sonic for, like, a text. So, like, I was getting texts like crazy that night. I mean, if nothing else, also just to give this perspective is, unlike Sonic and Knuckles and the Sonic 3 portion of things, you do get your choice of which way you want to go for this. Okay, I'm doing the last one next, because I just want to get this one out of the way, because this is the hardest. I used to hear the drowning music by ringtone for a little bit. It probably got people nervous as anything when they heard that out in public. But, yeah, there you go, and that's a good way to go. I think I did that when one of my coworkers were playing a game of some sort, and I think they were almost in the drowning case, and I started playing the drowning music. Like, they're getting nervous, like, hey, don't do that! I was like, sorry, I couldn't resist. So, creepy. Yeah, definitely so, you're right. And the idea of how that is, yeah, that's where it's hard, because you have to wait till they bounce you backwards, and turn. If you don't turn right, you are going into the red orbs, or red spheres. I'll see if I can beat this on my first try. I used to be able to do this while I was growing up pretty easily, but, yeah, now I don't know. It's one of those cases sometimes when you grow up, you get the sense that maybe your skills get worse with certain games, but then get better with other ones. And in this case, I just have to go straight across like that to get all the rings. And this one is in Sonic Mania as well, as far as the blue spheres they brought back, but they changed the layout of this a little bit. Alright, here we go. Oh shit, see, that's always it happens right there. That last part. That's always the hardest part right there. It goes so fast, Speed First you're mentioning, the idea of being nervous, and then you make the turn too quickly, and then you miss it. So close. Yeah, that is, because although, I didn't notice that. I think the icon of Knuckles has, like, yellow feet or something. Is that... Oh, wait, no, he sort of has yellow feet there. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Damn. Or, damn, not here. To go back to Shadow the Hedgehog, which... just to go back to that, about Control to Go, that we did do Shadow the Hedgehog this year. Actually, that was a great time we did that, because what happened with that one was that, yeah, Sweetverse was in the chat on that one, and other people as well. I said, you know what, we're making this game fun. Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald? We didn't see that, but what happened was that I said, you know what, we're playing through one level play of this game. Chad, I want you to tell me which way we're going for the story. So we went that way. And actually, I'll say this one other thing as well. I do kind of want to go back to Shadow the Hedgehog, honestly, because... And I might do the Sonic Heroes eventually after we do it next month. I kind of want to show the super hard mode. But, yeah, here it is, you're right. That's absolutely true, but that was a great time we had to that. So, and if nothing else, I do want to kind of try and get a little bit of an interactivity element going on with the game. Yeah, it was a good time. Alright, here we are with the Carpenter Boss. That's a reference to Golden Axe, and I did not know that for years. But anyway, he's a lumberjack and he's okay. He works all night and he sleeps all day. And he's cutting those logs down. You just hit him as that, and you don't hit the other stuff. I'm going over this way because I want to show what he does when he gets the last log. Alright, he throws his head out, and then he sends it backwards. Usually I kill him so quickly, I never see that. And I'll do that. But I just figured, let me show that off. And I'll keep going that way until you get him. Usually I just jump at him, basically wait till the fire is not showing both ways, and just hit him that way. And he's done. And usually this comes down, you always will get a box there for rings. And to get it now for points, or get it so you have 10 rings when you start the next zone. In this case, we're going points. That being said, I do need to get into a better case with the Chaos Emeralds, because technically with Knuckles, I screwed this up, but you can get all 7 Chaos Emeralds on this zone, on this world alone. Check out Sonic's Twitter takeover. Sonic's Twitter takeover the 3rd. They referenced that joke. I'll bet they do. I would not put that past. Uh-oh. Yeah, so to watch out for the dragonfly, or wait till he goes. There you go. I definitely will take a look at that for sure, maybe put a reference to that. Alright, we are going into the seasons. So yeah, fitting for the fall, we have this display. But I do need to start finding some of those special rings. See, actually, with Knuckles, you don't have... See, you can get the rings, or the Chaos Emeralds and Super Emeralds sooner, but you don't have as many opportunities to get them because his game is a little shorter as far as some of the zones he goes through. But we are going to go through those other zones at the end of it anyway, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Oh, yeah, but you get yourself caught on, like, the brambles and things on the vine, and you just spin dash your way out and you're good. You get to enjoy more of the stuff with Mushroom Hill. I barely mentioned Mushroom Hill. Yeah, this was the start of Sonic & Knuckles, and it is a nice take to it as far as going through the seasons and jumping through that. Okay, that's intentional. That is not a bug. I also do like the baseball slide you can always do, and yeah, see the game slow down a little. It's not bad as far as how it slows down, though, so, there you go. Okay, that's probably good because of the speed, but yeah, I'm getting myself hurt. I'm just not being careful. But that's sometimes what you want to do with Sonic. You just want to keep going, or just do that. You jump on that without going so fast, or very fast. You can just kind of move left and right. And also, that's the other side. That's why I can't get that. You suck to that way, but spin dash to get your way out and avoid the butter droids. Alright, yeah, this is the way you can go with Knuckles. You can also go the up path as well, but we're going down this way, because there is a Chaos Emerald here. Okay, no, I got one. I got the first one. But I do want to get that last one. I want to get that out of the way. Yeah, because this is the last special stage you go when you're playing Sonic and Knuckles on its own. Just get it out of the way. And also, for the speeding thing, as soon as it brings you up, you can press up to, you know, start the level right away. So you get a little bit of time, so you don't have to handle the speed up too nervously. As I mentioned, I'm going to have to handle this. I mean, it's not insanely hard, but it's something you gotta be on your toes. Yeah, in that case right there, jump correctly. Yeah, in that case, the speed up happened right as I was making that turn, which was very nerve-wracking. At this point now, I'm kind of just making a choice of like, okay, I want to go for all the Super Emeralds. Let's get the hardest one out of the way first. Well, fine, the easiest and the hardest, actually. Alright. Yeah, I feel good about this, but we'll see how it goes. Just take a deep breath and you're all good. There we go, but jump over that to get the perfect. Got it. Yeah, if you are going for perfect, you gotta pay attention to that. And in Sonic Mania, the way the perfect works is that, I'm trying to remember how that works. I think you... Yeah, let me know. My relentless shadow is when Eggman asks, Doctor, I need to know those androids, the ones that look like me. Am I? Yes. What? What? Yeah, actually, we did show that part when we fought, the Egg Breaker. And we heard him constantly saying, you know what they say, the more the merrier. Okay, I didn't know this. I didn't know there's, like, ground to that where you're walking across and seeing the leaves going. Okay, so I'm glad I came this way. But yeah, that was a great time we had with Shadow the Hedgehog. And I mentioned, I have my issues with that game, and that's putting it mildly. Actually, I think, Sweet Freeze, you mentioned, quote, this game is pure evil, but you know what? We still made a fun time of it, and that's what the whole point of the show is. And I think we were able to make fun times, even of games that aren't very good. When it comes to games that are really good, that's where it comes to that way as well. Also, I'm gonna get this just so I'll have a little bit of a buttress as it go along. Also, the, okay, yeah, those things, you hit them twice, and they get exposed, or once they get exposed, come again. But also the mushrooms you can bounce on, and these mushrooms, which you could fly up and float, although I guess as Knuckles, you don't necessarily need to do it that much. And we will see Shadow again, in 2 months when we go to Sonic Heroes. We're gonna be playing through the, Dark Side, or the Team Dark story, and then we'll do the last story. It's kind of be like Shadow the Hedgehog, actually, in that case. At some point, I do want to do, in the future, I do want to do the super hard mode, because I think it would be unique to show that. Maybe I can do that and the Shadow the Hedgehog super the hard mode at the same time, but that'll come way down the road. In the meantime, we've got another one of these to do. Basically, you just have to kind of go off in a bunch of directions and then do the jump to get those there. So I guess there's nothing else. I guess this is also technically can be viewed as walk through this game. In the case of this one, because I know this game really well. Next week's not going to be the case with that with Luigi's Mansion. In fact, actually, sometimes I'll do test runs for games before I play them. I didn't on this one because I knew I could handle it, generally speaking, despite some of the mistakes I've been making. But for that one, I was like, no, I want to do that and be ready for that. Actually, the next couple weeks of the games I'm going to be wanting to do that for. Because I guess I'll go down the list of what we got coming up on the pipeline. Because we're going through the special stage, you see what it is, you know what we're doing. But, yeah, next week is going to be on Friday, as I mentioned, but next Friday, as it is, we're going to be doing, Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube, because Dolly Finn wanted to see it, and as I mentioned, I'm happy to give any requests you want to see. So then the week after that, we're going back to Kingdom Hearts for Part 2, and then, okay, I gotta go the other way. Then we're going to be finishing Fatal Frame for the PlayStation 2, which I started last year, but we're going to finish it the night before Halloween. And the week after that is the end of Luigi's Mansion. We're going to be playing Also, another bonus game on top of that, Super Mario Land for the Game Boy, and the week after is the next Supersonic Game Saturday entry of 3D Blast for the Saturn. So that's what's coming down the pipeline, and there we go, got it. Alright, and we'll be fine. Alright. There we go, that is, I believe, the third one of these. Or the 10th one if we want to count the Chaos Emeralds as well. Alright. Have a great time playing this game for sure. And definitely, as Chad, you're mentioning, the idea of this being a relaxing case. And that's what I want to do with the show, and I'm glad that you're contributing to that. And also, in some ways, kind of made that become the focus of the show. Because it does make it more unique as a case of that. And I like that. And again, I can't thank you enough for helping that happen. And for showing up tonight. Because I have a great time with this, and I just want to make sure you guys and gals are having a great show out there. And that you're getting involved. Or that you want to get involved when you do. Or you just come in and watch. It's like, hey, I want to see this. You're having a good time to that. And, yeah, so there you go. It's definitely my privilege to do this. It was his privilege to knock me out. Alright, yeah, but those things would blow me out of the way, so I gotta be careful. Alright, let's go to this one. Alright, this is, I think, the third one you go through for Sonic & Knuckles. Yeah, but either way, and we'll be done with this soon enough as far as this part of it. Actually, in all honesty, this game is not going to be that long. A, because I played it a lot, and B, because it is a shorter game. And I guess in that case, sometimes that's the case to go to it. Sometimes you'll have a game that's short enough that you'll be able to finish it in one run. And sometimes it's longer, we'll come back to it each month. Or in specific circumstances where I feel like we should be doing it consecutively, but I usually am going to avoid that when I can. Just for the purpose of having variety. Alright, let's see. Oh, no. Also, by the way, the Sonic & Knuckles special stages, they also add the yellow or the gold spheres. You hit those, you bounce over 5 orbs that way. Just to point that out. Yeah, I'm racking up tons of continues. I guess we'll see that on the finished file when we go back to the end of the game. Oh, shit, alright. Oh, no, we're good. I was thinking, like, wait a second, I screwed this up, so I could complete that, and then it's over. But, no, it's not. There we go, that is 4. And that is the last one for, Mushroom Hill Zone, so, well, the last one I found. I know there is another one, but I'm not going back for it. Alright. Because we do have a boss coming up, and we also have a little bit of a secret I do want to show off. And for years, I didn't understand how this worked, but now I do, so I'll let you know how it works. I do always love that cutscene of the idea that the emeralds are, lighting up again, bringing the light back to them, basically. Alright, so, you jump on these pulleys, you press down to, go upwards. But if you, on this one, if you jump to the left, do it, and then jump to the right, keep doing this. This triggers something very special. I didn't know initially what the, the stipulation for this is, but you do this, you get to the top. You can also feasibly just pull them down to go up faster. When you do this, you get up to the top, right here. You go up here to a special area where you find rings, you find a lightning bolt, or a electric shield, and a fire shield. I'm taking the fire shield because this boss is going to be pretty easy if you have one. Alright, so yeah, it looks like there's a satellite dish shooting something out. Guess we gotta turn this off. You just jump here. Yeah, that's the easy way to handle this boss, because I already did over half of his damage down. Yeah, but in this case, you're running through and you're seeing the great 3D effects, which Genesis was not necessarily known for that, as far as like how they're handling that, but yeah, this game makes it go really nicely. Also, with Knuckles, it's harder, because you have areas you have to go through the gates where you have 2 rows of the spike balls, so you have to kind of glide through, and then hit them when the fire is out of the way, or if you have the fire shield like you do, jump at him anytime. It's basically endless running, kind of the way Sonic Advance 2 would end up doing it. But we got him, and oh yeah, jump there, and we're all set. And that Egg Robo pulls George of the Jungle and smashes into that tree that he wasn't watching out for. Alright. I do love doing that, just jumping on the side and, getting into that glitch state. And I'll be interested to see when Sonic Origins comes out next year, which they said is not going to be a straight emulation of this game, because you're going to have Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic & Knuckles, and Sonic CD in it. We'll see if they fix some of those glitches or how that's working, because we're 5 months after the announcement of that, and they still haven't announced anything about it, including the systems it's on. But anyway, meantime, we're going to the Flying Battery Zone, which was also Sonic Mania. But yeah, in this case, we are going through with Knuckles and climbing the wall. And get this piece of music that has echoes of sorts to the James Bond theme, the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, which I guess is fitting because this week was the release of No Time to Die, the new James Bond picture, which is really good. I actually went yesterday. I had a really good time with it, and I was surprised I liked it as much as I did, because I wasn't huge in the last one, Spectre. And this is a long one, it's about 3 hours almost, but it doesn't feel like 3 hours, and it's a good time. Alright, also to show one other thing, I learned this because of Lifesavers Candies, actually, because they had a promotion with Sonic and Knuckles. Actually, that was where I first learned about Sonic and Knuckles existing. But I learned by, opening up a wrapper that they had hints of the game. They said, jump here in Flying Battery Zone. There's a life. Yeah, thanks to the Lifesavers, I would not know that otherwise. So there you go. That was me tipping my hat to the Lifesavers Candy Company. Alright. Now we're outside. I do love that shift that it does very well, also. As far as that. It gives you the sense that, yeah, you're on this flying battery thing. And that also goes to, going back to my own personal experience with Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles a little bit. I guess maybe the first thought I got when I got the sense of, alright, maybe Sonic 3 and Knuckles are connected, or these two games are connected anyway in their separate states, was that, I mentioned, I think at the very beginning of the show, that there's a tie-in with McDonald's for Sonic 3. And on the bag for it, they mentioned the idea of the Flying Battery Zone. And I realized when I was playing Sonic 3, I was like, where's the Flying Battery Zone? It's not here. And then this game came out, and I realized, oh wait, there's the Flying Battery Zone. And actually, technically, there's the Flying Battery Blimp that we saw in Angel Island. But yeah, in that case, that was where I was kind of getting a sense of, oh, wait a minute, there's other stuff. Also, there are egg capsules, so you bust them. Usually they have enemies in them, sometimes they'll have rings. As you go out here onto the propeller, over the propeller, you can't float over them like you can in Sonic Mania. That's something Sonic Mania added, which I love, and be careful of the mines. Yeah, we're going over this way. I believe there's an extra life over on the right. Yeah, rings and a life. Perfect. Yeah, so I'm getting those 30 lives for sure, which seems like a lot, although I played through this game and gotten up to 99, which is max. Oh, yeah. I had to be careful. Also, unlike Sonic Mania, okay, I get shot by the blaster. That's the other thing, I guess, also, is that blaster's in the Sonic 3 manual, but he's not in Sonic 3 at all. But yeah, in Sonic Mania, you could use the electric shield to go on to get electrified on the ceiling like that. Not this one. But that was a great addition they added to Sonic Mania to give more usage of the lightning shield that way. Or the electric shield, as it is. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay, yeah, I got a little fancy going through the meshing. But, like, sometimes you come out of that weird, if you're not prepared. Or you see the button just red and fading into existence. And in that case, you're all set to come back and try again. And also, there are, I'll say this, there are rings here. Okay, I forgot about that, so that was my own stupidity, running off the side and dying. But yeah, Knuckles will be fine. I guess that was Knuckles going, oh no. Okay, well, the other thing is, you know what, let's screw that. Let's not even go that way, because that's the other thing with Sonic you can do, or a lot of the Sonic games, and this one too. Just go a different path. Let's go this way. I guess, see, I mean, it shows more variety of what we're doing. Ha! Oh no! Yeah, I was doing that quite a bit when I did Sonic Adventure earlier this year. But then again, letting the game do it as well. But I guess it kind of has that perspective of how Knuckles is looking when he gives you that oh no look when he's dying. Or like the one he has when he's drowning, where he does have like the open mouth thing. And in this game, the only character who doesn't have that is Tails. And then in Sonic Mania, I guess Simon Tomley and Christian Whitehead are sadistic, so they said, no, Tails needs one of those. I think I remember mentioning that to coworkers. They're like, there is? Because I think they either didn't play it or they didn't play as Tails. I said, yes, there is a, I'm waiting for the laundry chutes to open so I can get up there. Okay, perfect. Oh, Tails would swim instead of fly in the water. Yeah, that's true, and yeah, Tails could swim, for sure, that was good, but yeah, in Sonic Mania, they gave him drowning animation. And it's like, kind of horrible to see that. I was like, oh, he's drowning, it's so sad, but, either way, he's fine. But it does give, you're right, we'll go into that. The idea of how the animations are, and the fact of what the characters can do in this game, which gives it a lot of personality, gives a lot of... You mean, you remember a lot of the stuff with the characters, even like the idea of just going across the bars like that. and seeing that thing, which I don't know what that is. Not a laser, because it doesn't hurt you. But it just bounces back and forth. You jump on it to get up here. Avoid the mine. In this case, you have the bombs you have to wait to land. Mania speeds this up so you don't have to wait 2 passes, you only have to wait 1. But yeah, there you go. Come down here. Alright, we are almost at the end of this act, but there is also a... Okay, that was my stupidity flying into that, or gliding into that. We do have a special ring coming up, so I do want to go get it. We'll keep enjoying the great atmosphere and music. Alright, you know what? Jumping down here. Alright, bounce on, yeah, there you go. It broke my fall, so very nice that way. Let's go here. Jump at the end because there is a launcher. Oh, no, I'm thinking somewhere else. Right, here we go. You know, let's get the one with the hard perfect out of the way, the one I did first. Let's do this. Just hold up as I go in, so I start right away. Honestly, there's only 3 areas you have to do this, and then you can just go through the rest of it. But this is, again, making the turn, you jump like that, and you have to land right on it and turn as you go. Getting that timing down is hard. I will say that, and again, I'm making it a lot harder myself just by doing this. Because usually I played this like, no, I don't, well, I didn't know how to get in that, or, you know, be a daredevil that way, but in this case, like, you know what, fine, we're doing it. Okay, yeah, that was right before the music changed to do-do-do-do-do. Because when it does that the second time, that's where you speed up. But the timing for that changes when you're doing the blue spheres concept with Sonic the Hedgehog 1 locked on this game. Or basically any Sega Genesis game you'll want, pretty much, with a couple exceptions where it won't recognize it. What it does, by the way, for that, is that when you lock on any Genesis game to Sonic and Knuckles, they say it doesn't work with anything but Sonic 1 and 2, or 2 and 3. Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. There we go, there's perfect, I just gotta get back. Oh, shit! Alright, oh! Where am I? I've never seen this before. You're seeing some history here. I don't even know where I am. Okay, I don't know how to get back. This is gonna be fun to see how I can go. I see some stuff there. See, as I mentioned, I can find things in this game after all this time. Alright, let's see how I can recover myself from this. Okay, wouldn't it be amazing if I beat this now? Or... Oh! Alright, it's fine. I got back to where I was needing to be. Alright. This is probably one of the weirdest plays of this special stage I've ever done. There we go. Oh my god, did I actually do this? Oh shit, alright, I didn't do it, because I went through that. Okay. But yeah, that was unique. Alright, fine. I got perfect this way. Next time we do this, we're not getting perfect. That was lucky. Yeah, it's, yeah. It would have been amazing if I beat that. Since I got the perfect this time, I'm not gonna go for perfect next time. I just like, yeah, could I recover myself from that? Almost. I've never had that happen before, so, that's gonna be a great moment, and another reason why this is a great Let's Play already, or playthrough. I mean, it is a Let's Play, that's what it is, but still, just the idea of it. But next time, we're not doing that. So technically, I'm getting perfect on all of the special stages as it is. You saw it there, but we'll just complete it the normal way, and it'll be a lot easier. Also, I gotta go the other direction, because, yeah, the spikes on the fan on that, yeah, the blaster's gonna be okay, and the Techno Squeak, which, as I mentioned, those are in the Sonic 3 manual, but they're not in Sonic 3. But they're here. Alright, here we go. Now we have the end of the level thing to do. Oh yeah, we got the robot thing inside. Stand on him, wait till he flashes and throws his arms at the top of him. If you're in super form, you just stand there and let him kill himself. And nothing's gonna happen. But if you're not, you have to jump off this way. I don't know if they ever necessarily explained what's in this. It's just like a monster or a robot. Or it's robotic, I guess. The idea that... They set up the idea that Robotnik's made tons of these things to imprison the animals. There they are. And that just happens to be the robot. And it's like multiple robots. Like, hey, there are multiple animals inside. Alright. So there's Act 1. And we're almost at 1,000,000 points. You can actually go above 1,000,000 points. I remember, I think I tried that with someone. And you can get it, I think, almost up to 1 billion. Or actually at 1 billion, I believe. Or either like right above, right below 1 billion, or maybe above it. Alright, but there we go. I do love the fact that, I guess I didn't really get into this part of this, which is that for the Act 1 and Act 2 stages, they do change the music for each time you go in, but it has the same dynamics as the main song if you're in Act 1. I always loved kind of how they make it a little more frantic for this second act, and the idea that, yeah, we're going through this flying battery area, and something big's about to go down. Whereas that, it's good stuff. Oh, yeah, I jumped through that. All right, yeah, there you go with the idea of the glitch factor of the game feasibly, but okay, there you go. As I said, I like that this is showing off. You could feasibly come and say, like, man, I'm doing a horrible job with this game, and for those parts, you're right, but sometimes just to show off something weird. So if nothing else, it becomes this great experience to be able to show that. And see, like, oh yeah, I was doing that, I jumped, but then I went through it. And that might be the perspective when Sonic Origins comes out, but as I mentioned, we haven't heard anything about it, and I'm getting a little nervous. Especially given how Sonic Colors Ultimate went, and actually go back to this Butt Control on the YouTube site. I have all the Sonic streams we've done. I did cover the glitches of Sonic Colors Ultimate on the Xbox One. Because you think, well, Switch is a lost cause, but the other systems will be fine. No. Even though they patched Sonic Colors Ultimate, I don't see them doing much to help it, honestly. But yeah, that's over there, as is a lot of other content for your viewing enjoyment. Especially if you're liking what you see tonight. But right now we have Buggy. That's what I always used to call it. This bug thing grabs you and carries you across. Oh, yeah, I just got a little overzealous, but yeah, you need to go through the mesh that way and wait till that goes up. Oh, there is one section I do want to see if I can't show off. I think you have to go up here for it. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't hit the fire, but you hit in the center of it, it'll bounce you up like a spring. Okay, right here. I love this part. You just running like crazy. Across these little, like, ball arm things. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, and that's the idea of, like, Sonic as, or Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise. It's like a great roller coaster. Like, yeah, you're running through, having a great time. But then again, you're right, sometimes, the idea that you want more platform precision. And these earlier Sonic games are great at that, specifically. Or these in particular. Not to say other ones don't do it well as well in their cases, but these really had that science down really nicely. Alright. Hey, don't get crushed here, you're in trouble. Best part of the act. Yeah, it is a nice place. Oh, Zubat Brigade, good to see you. I did not notice you were here in the chat, but glad to have you for the celebration of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. For the 30th anniversary of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, which we've done 10 streams for this so far, and we got 2 more, but they're all at the YouTube site, which is, there's a link in there somewhere. Oh, hello. Yeah, indeed. I extend my welcome to you, and hope you're enjoying the show tonight, and are doing well tonight. I mean, as I mentioned, you have options of where you can come for your viewing enjoyment on the internet on a Saturday night at 7 p.m. or anytime feasibly. So I'm glad you chose this show, and I thank you very much, and welcome you with open arms. Oh, shit! I thought I was getting crushed. I don't know how I didn't get crushed there. I just got spiked and lived somehow. Alright, there we go. That was close. Alright, we are almost there. So we have 5. And, oh, wait, no. We don't have 5. Alright, we'll do this one. Alright, this is going to be a lot easier to perfect. I'll say that right now. I just have to time one of the jumps very specifically. Or actually let it speed up so I can hit it a little easier. In fact, you know, I might do that. Yeah, usually you have to jump right there, and if you jump too early, you'll either... Or if you jump too early, you'll hit the one in the center and miss it. If you jump too late, you hit the red sphere and you're done. I'm actually going to let myself speed up there. Okay, there you go. Oh shit, I did it again. Alright, fine. In my case, I was like, okay, I didn't want to kill myself or lose. But, yeah, we got time, though. We're getting all 7 of these, so do not worry. Alrighty. I mean, honestly, Flying Battery does not have a whole lot of special rings in it anyway. You really have to dig out for a lot. In fact, for years, I thought, oh, there aren't any. And then I found years later, like, oh, wait a minute, there's like 3 or 4. Like, I never knew where they were. But here we are with this sort of throwback to Sonic 2. Get this laser, which you can't destroy. And if you're Sonic, you can hit it, but it doesn't do anything if you keep hitting it. Yeah, but he'll just keep shooting the place down, and the barrier there will get closer. Pretty easy, honestly, but as long as you just don't get hit. Good place for me to have a drink of water while on one hand, and then move the D-pad left and right to avoid it on the other. Yeah, I guess Egg Robo did learn from Robotnik, but hold that thought, because that question came up of what's going on with Egg Robo. There is a little bit of a continuity fail in this level. Also, yeah, ButtVerse mentioned earlier, or Butt Control, sorry, mentioned earlier the idea of the tension of shaking areas and the place going down or getting to a crush state. Here's another one. Places, I guess, sort of going down or coming up as it is. In this case, with Knuckles, I can outrun it pretty easily, or outclimb it. And with Tails, you come here with Tails, you can fly over. Although, Tails is not playable in Sonic and Knuckles alone, so you have to have the lock-on case in order to have it here. Alright, so just wait here, and we'll be all set. Alright, now this is where they made the mistake. Yeah, Robotnik's here. Wait a second. What happened? He's also a lot harder because the fire will constantly be shooting out as opposed to you underneath it. Yeah, they didn't change the sprite there to Egg Robo. There is a ROM hack called Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Complete that does fix that. But, yeah, they kind of forgot to put that in. And also, you can't jump on him on top, and also he does that swinging thing. He only does it twice, it goes back down, so you're getting a bit more of a waiting game when you're playing as Knuckles. Yeah, I guess Robotnik is here, sort of. Although technically we'll see him in a little bit for, I guess, non-canonical reasons. Or based on the way we're running this. Yeah, we should have him. Actually, in some ways it's pretty easy, you just have to glide in. It works well for Knuckles that way. Also, don't hit the arms spikes on him, you get hurt, but yeah, we're good. Alright, bye-bye Robotnik. You should have been Egg Robo, but there you go. And we get a stage transition out like we're getting on low levels. Actually, the initial plan for Sonic 3 was that, yeah, you knock that door off, you fall down to Ice Cap, and that's your snowboard. But I guess like the opening of Sonic Adventure 2, actually. But yeah, that ended up being different. Alright, we are in Sindopolis Zone, which is considered, or going down, for all of you Aerosmith fans out there. But, yeah, we are going down. We are in Sindopolis Zone, the zone that tends to be viewed as one that people don't like the most because it's really long, and it is, something of a labyrinth to a certain degree, especially when we get into the second act. But I always loved the atmosphere of it, of the idea that, hey, we're doing rappelling. And you get this great kind of Egyptian-themed music as you see the pyramids in the ground. Yeah, the Scorps there, which you gotta be careful of hitting them. And just go around seeing stuff like the sandworm there, and invincibility over here. And there are a couple of rings here that I'm gonna be looking for, so we can get the full completion. This is not the last zone we have to get them, that will be the next one. But, we got enough chances. Yeah, I think I just like the atmosphere of this for that very reason. And some of the elements that they have, and you're, like, pushing the box on. And then, yeah, I never knew what these things were. I guess the boxes land on them, and they pull them across the sky. Also, don't get stuck underneath that, or you can get yourself crushed and killed. Also, you have the robots underneath the stones, but, yeah, we're just gonna bypass them. Alright. Yeah, having a good time with this, and also some of the sand, things that take you up on their own. So, yeah, we're going down, we're going up. I believe there is a ring in here. Okay, no, maybe not. I do know where there's one specifically in this act. But sometimes there's another case, I don't always remember where they all are. Here, at least. And you know what? I think I need a shield. Let's go grab one. Interesting enough about this, I'll go in this at least since we're seeing this one more time, is that the shields you get here, it's very hard to find the electric shield. They only come out of specific orbs, and that's not one of them. Not that I necessarily want or need it, but usually there's one coming up. Yeah, right here. This one here. Yeah, when you see the electric shield, you get it there. Outside of that, you don't get it anywhere else. I don't know why that was. Maybe the way they randomized it, or they just randomized some of these orbs you hit. But it also makes it easier to grab the rings in here. What was that? Was that a ring? Yeah, I'll look back on playback to see what that was. Alright, there's the one-up. You get the one-ups higher up onto the top of it. Oh yeah, the rings as well. It's a good thing to mention. You get up higher, the rings usually worth 10, but they're worth more. You can sometimes get another life on the back of them. There we go. So a good haul, and we can... And you know what? Oh wait, I can't do that. Right, because I can't do super, by the way, until I get the... Or hyper, in that case, where you get the super emeralds. But that's fine. I do have a nice cushion for, you know, getting myself hurt. So let's see. I think this is the top of the level right there. Close enough to it. Okay, there's one. Perfect. I just need to remember how to get over there. And with Knuckles, I can climb this way and just go down. In fact, this is the easier way to do in rappelling with Knuckles. Alright, so it's up there. Oh, alright. Or it's up there. I don't know if I can get that. Alright, I'll try something. And this is the thing I can do with Knuckles, and that's the other benefit of being able to play as him. I can use his abilities to find areas that Sonic or Tails can't normally. I guess Tails couldn't fly up this high. So let's see. Can I get this? Okay, no. Oh, whoa, what was that? You saw that. I just got stuck. Yeah, I've never seen that happen before. That was weird. But, there you go. Yeah, never dull moment in this program, that's for sure. Alright, so I guess I'm not getting that one with arms wide open. Yeah, absolutely. That's indeed true. Alright. Yeah, that was very bizarre. As far as we get stuck that way. Okay, I can't get that special ring because it's above that. I think there's maybe some other way you can get to it. Or you know, maybe not. Oh, wait a second. No, maybe I can get it. Let's see. Actually, you know, I don't remember this part of the level at all. You know, let me go back. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen this. And that's the beauty of the game, or this game. You can sometimes just go areas you've never seen before. Alright. And I guess Sintalpus is good for that. You just kind of explore around wherever you want to go. Alright, so I think this is back where I was. Okay, well, sorta. Okay, yeah, I've never seen that before. That's pretty interesting. You know, let's go down. Because I do know where there is one special ring here coming up. Well, near the end. Sintalpus, the words of James Rolfe. What were they thinking? Okay, yeah, tell me that, then. I take it you're not a fan of Sintalpus. What specifically would you say? And then we can get into that perspective. I get the sense of people who tend to not like zones in this game, they tend to not like this one the most. And I can kind of see it because of how open it is. But then again, also the idea, and especially when we get to Act 2, there's things about Act 2. I'll say this, Act 2 has some really hard parts. Alright, I went that way, never mind. Oh yeah, you sometimes also have those walls. I hate Act 2. Yeah, I will say Act 2 is, when I was growing up, that is the part of the game that I initially had the most trouble with for Sonic and Knuckles. Especially as Knuckles, because it's going to be a little interesting case when we're playing as him. Yeah, I had issues with the level design. Yeah, I can get that too, because it is very cramped in. Alright, here we go. Here is one of the rings. Alright, let's do the easy one now, the one I already got perfect on. So this will be a lot easier unless I don't jump right. But yeah, in that case, we got the perfect, you saw it. So, those nice rings, they'll have to stay in there. As I mentioned, that was great what happened on this zone. I did not expect that to happen. Oh shit, no! I was just... yeah! Alright, so much for that. I swear I beat it with luck. I actually looked over to see what you were saying. I was like, wait, I should have paying attention. Alright, fine. But I'll say this, at least with Act 2... there are opportunities to get rings, and there are in the next zone as well. I just need 3 more chances, and we'll be all set. Oh, again with that thing with me getting stuck. I don't know what happened. I've never seen that. But yeah, sometimes you rappel down like this, so I'm glad I showed it both ways. Yeah, sometimes I know what you're saying, because it gets a little complex when we get there. And we're going to see, in fact, this is where Act 2 is. Because we come over here, and the, pyramid is coming up. Yeah, Knuckles is waiting for something to happen, but yeah, the door opens. And here is, I guess, the golem. If you jump into him, he bounces back like that. What you want to do, pretty much, is just wait till he comes here. Just stand here and wait. And I think if you stand on the edge like this, you're safe. He'll approach some point. I think. No? Oh, he didn't come up because I wasn't close enough. Alright. So I knocked him back. It's like, I didn't know that I need to be right there. Alright, now I can stand here. And live on the edge. Or hang on the edge. Show aspects of the animation, which is quite nice in this game. Even like the spinning foot of Knuckles, which almost looks like pre-rendered stuff like out of Donkey Kong Country, but I don't think it is. Alright, let's see. Yeah, there you go. I think he will technically jump in himself. There you go. Perfect. Although the weird one for finding an item underneath it, because A, you need to get it before you go in, because you go in automatically when that hits the ground, or when we're done. And also, I don't know where the pressure points are. Alright, here we go. Sweet, first, your most despised level, apparently, in this game is coming up. So, yeah, we'll show you why it's harder with Knuckles to start. And this also gives credence to the fact this happens after Sonic and Tails get involved. We're in here, it's dark, ghosts are here. And they come to you, they hit you, you're gonna die. You turn on the light and they're gone. What a dumbass. Yeah, him jumping into the, into that. Although, yeah, I mean, I guess the idea is like, well, he's fine against the stone golem. So, the idea that, oh, he's just like the guardian thing there. And, he just gets himself in trouble. Alright, here is also the gimmick of this. By the way, this is an exclusive area you can come up with Knuckles climbing the wall. I think you can get up with Tails technically, but you have to take hits on the spike there. By the way, yeah, as you go along, you have to hit these switches because the lights go off. And as the lights go off, the ghosts become more visible. And when it gets dark, as we saw at the beginning, the ghosts will come out and attack you. I don't remember if there's a special ring up here, but I'm going to also look around to find them, just for purposes. And we can also go into why people don't like this zone. And I get it because of how cramped it is. Okay, fine. If you're playing as Tails, you can't go this way, specifically because of that part. Also gonna try to see if I can't get past that. No, I can. Yeah, but it is very closed in. Makes sense for the setting that it is, that we're in a temple, or in a pyramid, I should say. But still something that, yeah, and it does get that, you know, tension going of, you know, it's getting dark. I want to avoid this. And even when you're playing as Sonic, because Sonic technically makes this harder for us, because he releases the ghosts. So yeah, Sonic might be my friend, but yeah, he was not being my friend when it came to this. Alright, yeah, we're doing this one finally. But, yeah, he released him. You could feasibly avoid hitting him, but if you ever hit a checkpoint, the ghosts come out anyway, so you gotta be careful that way. Alright. I do love the look as far as this, you know, the blue and gold. But yeah, enough is enough. I gotta beat this thing. Which isn't too hard until it starts getting faster. And also at the end you have to jump or you get hurt. Or you lose the game, or you lose the mission. Or the stage. Alright, we got this. Bingo. So that's number 5, so we should be fine for the rest of this. This admittedly is not the hardest one, it's just the one that's the most tense because of the fact that you can easily lose it. Alright, so there we go. At the very least, I could guarantee that we will have all of the Super Emeralds and be able to show off Hyper Knuckles and what he does. Alright, here's the other aspect of this. Yeah, you have to hit these door switches, you have to push them, and then the doors will close on their own, so you have to be quick to go through. Also, you come back from a special stage or out of a bonus game, the ghosts will be in that tiny form that way, so that's a key thing to keep in mind. But I'll say, one thing I do like about this act, at least, is the atmosphere, but there's a difference between the atmosphere and it being fun to play. I mean, I think it's fun to play because I like this game, but I also get the sense that, yeah, if there's any zone that people don't like, it's gonna be this one. Alright, let's take a little bit of a break here. Let's do this one. This is the one that has the highest ring count, I know that for a fact. You can get over 100 rings out of this, so that means we're gonna get an extra life along with the continue. And I guess, actually, technically we're getting 2 extra lives off of this one, because the perfect. And I think the other thing we're also going to do is just ignore the ones in the middle. So by the time I have to go through those, I don't have to be nervous about hitting reds by accident. Basically what I want to do here is just look for the ones where the blues are exposed on this end. If you kind of go around in a circle, you'll find it, because the other thing about these special stages to go into this is that they are circuitous in terms of how they're designed, so they kind of go in a circle, so you'll end up hitting the end of it and go out the other side when you get there eventually. And there are also some rings in the middle there, so there you go. Alright. In this case, you just hit the 2, and they're all set. Oh yeah, we hear that ding, that means you got 100, and that's an extra life. I think this is the last one for this. Yeah, it is. Or, okay, no, I lied, sorry. Yeah, I've been playing this game for 28 years, I should know that. But, alright, this is it. Yeah, you have 144, and that's perfect. Actually, that is the most rings you can get out of any of the Blue Sphere stages within Sonic, 3 or Sonic & Knuckles. In the Blue Sphere stuff, that's a whole nother can of worms, because there's, I think, thousands of those, based on how they work. And it's running off, like, the hex values of Sonic 1, and off of the other Sega Genesis cartridge you put on top of it, which lets you play one of them. Alright, so I just gotta find, where's the last one? Where are those 4 damn Blue Spheres? There we go. Got it. Alright, you definitely get a nice point haul at the back of this one. Alright, so that is 6. So that's a total of 13. 13 emeralds of both kinds, 6 of the super, and we got 1 more to go. And there's a third one. I do remember one place where it is, but I'll have to see if I can remember to get there. Yeah, also, okay, here's, alright, I'll give you this sweet verse as well. You have to know another thing, jumping in between, because this is an area where it's infinite. If you don't jump right there, yeah, you're gonna be going around forever. Honestly, in this case, they kind of get their inner labyrinth zone from Sonic 1 on, or Sonic 1 Genesis, where in Act 3 you had the case where you're, you know, going in direction like that. Also, but as Knuckles, you can kind of cheese this part and climb up. I don't mention this, but you should check out Sonic and Tails R radio drama. Okay. I've not seen that, I don't think. I should take a look at that. At some point, we also should do Sonic R, but I think I want to get the Saturn version of that. I'm going to import it, though, because it costs way more to get the US version. And actually, interestingly enough, I bought the Saturn version for someone who had a Japanese Saturn, or, yeah, they had either, okay, no, they had the actual replay thing to play Saturn games. It's literally exactly the same as the US version, including the fact it's all in English. So it's like, that's a case where you're not going to be concerned about that. Is Ryan Drummond in it? Actually, I think I might have heard something to that, but I didn't know if that was what it was. And since we, you know, I know you mentioned the idea of Ryan Drummond before, and we mentioned when we played Sonic Adventure, and we'll do that again when we play Sonic Heroes. Yeah, it's a good case of that. Alright, here's the other thing with Knuckles that's unique here. That, if I hit that, sand will fill up in this area, and I have to climb up, and I'm not careful and crush me to death. As Knuckles, though, you can say screw that and glide up. Or also, if you're Tails, you can feasibly fly up and avoid it too. I mean, so I guess that's the other thing as far as, like, the lack of appeal on this level, which is that it's cramped in, it's tense because of the ghosts, it's tense because of the doors you have to open, and it's tense because of the sand coming up, or if you're not careful jumping in. You know what? We do need to show off one of these that's hitting that and show what happens. Yeah, there's the sand coming, by the way. And there's also items over here. Speed shoes, yeah, you don't get speed shoes a lot. And actually, I think the instruction manual of Sonic 3 doesn't even mention they exist. Interesting enough. But, yeah, there they are. That didn't do me much good, because actually, the speed shoes do not take effect when you're gliding. They do when you're, in the Super and Hyper form, though, so that's very weird. But there's life over here, so we're gonna go get it. Uh-oh. that was close. Because if I wasn't careful, I could get crushed by the sand. And also here we have doors that instantly close. Or pretty much instantly close. You have to do the jump perfectly to get through. Actually, I guess to go back, you're mentioning Ryan Drummond, I'll say this. I'll say this. Here's a question, SuperOldGameSaturday, to put you on this. You're not liking Syndopolis that much in this game. What do you think of Pyramid Cave in Sonic Adventure 2? Because I'm pretty sure with Pyramid Cave, they had Syndopolis on their minds. To a certain degree, as far as some of the stuff that's in it. Including the fact of the ghosts, or when you're playing as, when you go to the boss there, on the hero side, you get the boss of Knuckles going, "Who's there?" He says, "What the, ghost?" And then you have, King Boom Boom, and you get that voice, which I've always been told to do a decent one of, so I'll do it here, the, brah, brah, brah. There you go. At some point we'll have to do Sonic Adventure 2. And I can't wait to get to that point, for sure. And we'll do both, yeah, we'll do both stories on that one, because it's not too long. Or I'll split that into multiple parts. But yeah, that's another case as far as that. Ooh! Okay, that was weird, I couldn't climb up there for some reason. But yeah, I do need to get... Yeah, there is the other ring up there, I want to try and get that. Which is why I'm going up. And that, I'll say this, for that reason, that's kind of why I like to play Knuckles here. Just because I can find all this stuff that way. But it also doesn't change the idea of having to avoid the ghosts. There's the switch that I can't hit, but it's alright. Actually, it's fine. I can take it or leave it. Alright. I get that. For that, I mean, it is a different case because Sonic... Okay, it's up here. I think. Alright, but that's what happens. You get the ghosts this way when you're in the dark. They won't hurt you right away, but then eventually they will. Yeah, you climb up here, and it's up at the top somewhere. Or, I think it's up top. Just keep climbing. I'll find it. But I do need to find a switch... Because, yeah, they're coming out. Yeah, I guess this is the challenge method of it. So here, and technically, also here's the other thing. Yeah, you can spin dash them. They go away, but then they get hurt. Or they'll just keep coming back. Alright, so maybe I'm missing it. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I remember where it is now. There is a, wait, is that it? There's a tall passage somewhere. You climb upwards. Actually, one other thing I also didn't show is going through... Okay, this is the time where Knuckles' smaller jump gets in the way, because they can't quite make that. Oh, right, it's, I think... Okay, this is a Knuckles-specific section, so we can show that off. Oh, yeah, I'm running out of time. That's the other thing, I guess, to say. Which is that... Oh, wait, no, I can... Okay, no, I'm thinking of another... Oh, it's right here. Or, it's coming up. Yeah, but I gotta be careful, because if we're running out of time, I'm in trouble. Okay, it's right here. I climb up here. You're careful of getting crushed. There it is. Got it. So, actually, I did need Knuckles to get it. Alright, last one. Let's do this. Yeah, I'll try to perfect this. I just got, you know, whatever. I'll just jump at the last minute, which for that one, I'll be all set. Or I guess what I could do is I could also... Let's see. Alright, got it. Perfect. Yeah, if you make that jump very specifically, you'll land on the one on the outside. If you don't, you do what I did before, which is land on the one in the middle, and you don't get it. And your perfect run is done. Although, I mean, as I said, you don't have to go for perfects. I'm just doing it because I want to. Then it shows the idea of how to do it, if nothing else. Like, hey, I'm coming to this game. How does the perfects work on all these? Yeah, I love this game enough, I want to show that. Alright, now, the last part of this is hit that. Actually, I think this is, yeah, this is the last one. Alright, that's perfect on all 14 of them. We are done. So that is all of the Super Emeralds. So on top of guaranteeing the good ending that we already had by getting the 7 Chaos Emeralds, with the 7 Super Emeralds, we're going to get the nice bonus screen at the end of this game. And we are also going to be in hyper form, or get hyper form. It's getting closer to that 1,000,000 point goal. Or, not goal, it's just we'll hit it eventually. I think. Well, maybe. You know, maybe we won't, because I've already perfected everything else. But alright, when you get all 7 of these, Knuckles could be Hyper Knuckles. And it's the same way as, you know, Knuckles, or Super Knuckles, but they're two things that does a little different. I'm just falling. Also, I gotta get moving quick because I'm running out of time, but I think I can do this. Although Knuckles' section here takes a little longer. What you gotta do is you actually have to fill this area in, because yeah, that opens that way. There's that door there. I can't open it. But if you climb up here, you actually have to hit the sand out like this, but it's not gonna flood the place and go up, thank God. But in this case, you hit this, get spiked by the Scorp. Yes, you're going away. Just walk, or you know what, I can just spin dash. You just stand here, do the spin dash, and just, yeah, I'm just spinning, and I'm moving as I go along. Yeah, definitely a sight to see. Just holding down that D-pad going. And lock that into place. And it'll hold there, but as soon as I go through the door, it doesn't exist anymore, so then it closes. Alright. This will not do that, thank God, so I get to just go this way and have it set. Oh no. Alright, so that's that. Or we're at 9 minutes, and it does flash like that on the timer when you're at 9 minutes, because yeah, if I don't finish in 10, I'm dead. And here's the Golem Boss. Hit it right here, and Egg Robo. I'm so used to saying Robotnik. Alright, I launched off that. That was weird. Oh no, we'll shoot at the laser. Yeah, and after a couple seconds, you jump on the foot, it'll come back, and also the laser. Oh yeah, we're gonna get this, don't worry. Yeah, but the spikes on the outside of it can hurt. And I don't know if I think you can feasibly get crushed if it gets to the end of the wall, but I don't know if I've ever let that happen. You know, I'll show the laser going off. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna get this. Alright, got it. And the timer stops when you kill Egg Robo, or what was that? Oh, yeah, we saw the... Just to go into this before I go on... Well, the timer stops, so I don't have to worry about time over. But I stopped there, because the way I have this set up, I have my capture device, but I also have the... Because there's a little delay between when you're seeing it and when I'm seeing it. But I get to see how you're seeing it in time on the screen over there. So I said, wait a minute, we saw the golem again. So, okay, that was weird. Alright, so yeah, finding out a lot of weird things about this wonderful game. And like when you're Sonic, you don't fall down when you go here, but you're going straight across to the Lava Reef Zone. Alright, this is the lava area, and you have a lot of spikes and other spiky things want to kill you, as well as the Driller Bot, or the Digger Bot, I think. Now, you can technically take a massive shortcut by off-screening him until he stops rumbling. And go this way, climb up there, and there's a button you hit to go through the wall to complete the level quick. We're not doing that. Alright, yeah, I was trying to see if I could get to the ring over there. Yeah, if you have a lava shield, by the way, this level's gonna be really easy when you get spiked by something. Or stalagmited by that. You hear this music, which is terrific stuff. I love this track, especially. It has this nice, funky sound to it. I'll check TH. I'll check, thank you. Or, I'll check that out. Yeah. Okay, yeah, well, definitely a good thing for that, for sure. Alright, okay. Yeah, you ride these up, by the way, and then it'll crush downwards, but if you're on the top of it, you're fine. Yeah, sometimes you can't get to that right away, so I have to figure that. But in that case, you just climb up. Honestly, I'll say this, the lower jump of Knuckles doesn't tend to be that much of a difficult concept to get around, because you can climb. Also, those things will explode. You get points for them dying, but they can still hurt you. And lava. I need to find a lava shield, specifically. Yeah, those will still hurt you as well if you don't hit the ground, but yeah, I'm being totally reckless. Although there's the Toximisters. Yeah, the gas there. If you hit that, your rings will keep going down. If you're at 0 when you have that gas cloud on you, you die. And they can take that ring count down pretty quickly if you're not careful. Or I'm not being careful, but then again, I love not being careful in this game. But it can sometimes get you into trouble. And I'll say this is the harder way to go as far as Knuckles is concerned, or... Okay, it's easier to go the other way because it's a massive shortcut. But in this case, it's harder because it is designed more around his gliding. So hit that button and don't get crushed. Especially here, I love this part. You know, just glide over those spinning mace balls, or spike balls. But out of that goes to another thing, which Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic 3 as well, do this very nicely. Which is it gives you good reason to play as other characters. In fact, I'll say this. I was initially planning to do a co-op run of this game, but I said, you know what, it's getting close to the end of the year, we need to do this now. Yikes. Yeah. So that's why we're doing the Knuckles place, but there is incentive fees to play this game again. Who wants popcorn? Yeah, I mean, oh, what was that? Okay, I got kind of stuck on the side of the screen. Yeah, this is very strange how some of these things are going. Yeah, enjoy the popcorn on me as well. I don't have any in my, residence right now, but... okay, I'll eat some, Fireball in the face, and yeah, get invincible. Actually, I need to show Hyper Knuckles off. But yeah, enjoy your popcorning. Actually, yeah, you go up here, you're all set. Actually, I guess we'll probably show that off. I do, yeah, I guess, we got people in the chat who like popcorn. Actually, let's go into that Sonic-wise. I mentioned this way to Tales of Adventure, and it's up on the video of that. There is a Sonic popcorn machine, so fitting that comes up. Deep cut of Sonic, which was something from Japan for Hyper Knuckles. We're getting Hyper Knuckles next zone. But here's the boss here. You have these two arms that come off that shoot little energy orbs. And then this thing comes up, and when it puts its hand down, when it stops, oh, you jump in time and then hit onto it that way. These things take 6 hits. You don't, or 3 hits each, I should say. You don't necessarily have to kill them. Here you go, Kettle. Alright. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to jump to be at that point. It was like, yeah, I'm missing that. Alright, you know what? Fine, let's get rid of this. Usually stand underneath the hand there. You're gonna be fine with that. But see, I'm getting a little reckless of saying, like, you know, I can do this. Also, you can't do what sometimes happens later, and actually we'll see this way later. Being able to, you know, spin dash and let it come down on you and take hit that way. I guess this is like, what? A hand of some sort? Also, by the way, when you kill the two arm thingies like that, this just keeps coming back upwards. Alright, that was close. I just did like a slide right in front of it. Alright. Yeah, something I think I could get the timing down, but then I just don't. Alright, there we go. For the last 2 hits, perfect. Alright, so that is the end of Act 1, and we're going into Act 2. Which is going to change things significantly, because we're almost done with Knuckles' side of things. And then, that's not going to be the end of the show, because there's some other stuff I do want to show off. Stuff we normally don't see with Knuckles, actually. Alright, so the lava's cooled, and we're into the second act, although there's still lava around. Actually, for a while, this remix of the music, I never understood where the Lava Reef 1 connection was, but then you hear that doot-doot-doot-doot-doot-doot-doot, which it took me years to find that. Act 2 of Lava Reef is one of my favorite acts of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It is a good one, especially for the atmosphere it creates. And also the idea that it does give you that sense of finality. This is also a unique path of Knuckles to go through this way. And it goes into where we're going to see last for this game. Or one of the last places we're going to see. But just the idea that, yeah, when you're going through this, you have this great sense of, like, the Crystal Cavern here. And also the idea that, alright, we're almost getting there. We've been going through a lot. And, yeah, it gives a great sense of finality. Alright, and we're going in here to get rings. Oh, 38. Okay, see, okay, I guess I was wrong when I said it was between 20 and 39 to get the slot machine bonus. I thought it was. You know what, we're going, oh, let me show you what happens when you fall down here. You just caught in the tractor beam, you're thrown out. But that's fine, because you get to show off Hyper Knuckles. He has this nice after effect, and dude, you're pink, indeed. But yeah, the Toxic Mistress will kill you. Getting crushed can still kill you, so don't do that. You do glide a little faster, and... okay, there's nothing over here. Let's go this way. Because I do want to show what happens when you fly into a wall at a high speed. Yeah, you just like, bunk. And by the way, if any enemies are on screen when that happens, they'll die, except the rock things over there, because they kill themselves. Okay, that was close. I was like, yeah, tempting fate on that one. Oh, this is a little harder, because you have to... okay, it doesn't hit the button, so you have to kind of glide into that way. And I love that sound, that... when it opens that way. Alright, so... I also want to see if I can't find enemies to crash into the wall with, because... honestly... this is the only time we're seeing Hyper Knuckles, and the reason is because we don't have any other opportunities to get him. Or, in fact, this is the last zone for Knuckles we're going to be able to have enough rings to get that happening. Because there are no rings in the next zone, and there's only 3 in the next one after that. Alright. Yeah, it was weird to be getting caught. Sometimes you can get caught. Also, Knuckles is a little easier for this one because there's one thing we don't have to deal with him. Although, through the beauty of a cheat code, we're going to show off that happening. Alright. I always love the idea of Super Knuckles and Hyper Knuckles being this great reward for everything you've gone through with this. Super Mode is Super Saiyan, then Hyper Mode is Super Saiyan Blue. Yeah, especially we get to the case of, or if you ever get to the case of Sonic. By the way, there's no boss here as Knuckles, so there you go, you're done. Now in the Hidden Palace Zone, the easy zone of Knuckles, because there's nothing here. Yeah, there is the Master Emerald, you know, area. Or no, that's, Floating Island is there, or Angel Island, or Sky Sanctuary. Came out of the catacomb, jump up here, we're done. But now we have one last thing to do. It is the Sky Sanctuary Zone. It's way different for Knuckles than it is for Sonic and Tails. We have Egg Robo here once again. And you have to get caught by the hook. You hear this amazing end boss music. Alright, there is Mecha Sonic. Yeah, he kills Egg Robo for us, so we gotta kill him. Like we play Sonic, you have to kill him twice. Yeah, don't hit into him on the spikes there, or you're gonna be in trouble. But if you hit him just right, he takes 8 hits for this, and you can take care of him that way. Just avoid him when he goes into that form. Sometimes he'll do that backdash, so that's you gotta be careful of. Alright, we'll hear more of this great music a little later because of what I'm doing, but yeah. We got rid of him, but unlike when we were playing as Sonic and Tails, yeah, we're getting Doomsday music, he's going off. Yeah, so he took the Master Emerald, and he's using power up into Mecha Supersonic as it is. He is invincible, he's in this form. He's gonna wait till he does this shot thing there. When he comes down as Blue, hit him. Try to. Is Mecha Sonic Metal Sonic? No, they are different characters. It is a common mistake to make, or it's funny, because I kind of thought that, too, to a certain degree, thinking, like, wait a minute, they're the same, but I believe technically they did say that they are canonically different, but it's not necessarily, I mean, I'm looking at it, like, he does look like Metal Sonic, although, I mean, even has, like, the same things with the shoes, to a certain degree. Although another thing you can do, like, a dive down, but he's not doing that. You have to be really close to make that happen. But, yeah, so, I mean, yeah, honestly, I don't know where they said he came from. So I might have to look that up to see, like, what the story behind it is. Because I think the only times we've seen him... Okay, he did that dive thingy. The only times we've seen Mecha Sonic is in these two games. Or Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3. Or Sonic 3... Or, no, Sonic and Knuckles, then. That's it. So, from what I'm understanding. But if I'm wrong, I will put it in on the YouTube video. By the way, don't jump on him when he is in that glow state. Also, one other interesting attention to detail, I do want to point this out. You see, Floating Island back there, Angel Island. It's going down. It goes down and will hit the bottom of the screen if you get to time over. And actually, I remember putting in a Game Genie code to see that and realize, oh yeah, it's down there at the bottom. Because that's the idea, is that he stole the Master Emerald. It's going down, we gotta stop him beforehand. And when you get to the last 2 hits, he'll do what you just missed on screen layer. But yeah, he'll shoot out rings like that, which will not help you, they'll hurt you. And you have to wait till he goes blue again and falls down, and we got him. Alright, we're done with Knuckles' part of this, but we're not done with the Knight, because I'm gonna... Yeah, he's totally gone. Okay, that's maybe the other reason why it's not, you know, Mecha or Metal Sonic, because Metal Sonic comes back. Metal Sonic comes back in, well, sort of Sonic Adventure, and, Sonic Heroes, we're gonna see in a couple months. Is this Sky Sanctuary part of Angel Island? Yeah, it is. So, I mean, because here's the thing about this. Let's go into the continuity of this while hearing the Sky Sanctuary music. Is that the continuity of this is that the whole area we're on is the Floating Island, but then they kind of said in Sonic Adventure, like, oh, this is Angel Island. But Angel Island's a part of Floating Island. So it's like part of enclosed. The Sky Sanctuary is, I believe, part of Angel Island, I think. Or it's connected to it to some degree. I think there is a connection to that. Unless I'm wrong. I'll put an edit if I'm wrong. With that is the end of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We're not done yet, though, because they're going to be putting in 2 codes to show some of the other levels that Knuckles does not go to. I'll have to get a little bit fancy with that, but, Yeah, I love this game to death, if you cannot tell. And I had a great time playing it to showcase every aspect of it. And as I said, we're showing all the aspects of it. And for Knuckles, we have to cheat for it. But it's going to be interesting. I don't know. You're never going to see a playthrough of this game maybe quite like this one, if nothing else. But yeah, the graphics are great. The gameplay is terrific. It has a lot of variety in terms of its areas and its atmosphere. The music is outstanding. And it definitely lets you go really, really fast if you want to do that, while also having a lot of different paths to go through, and take it more deliberately if you want, although the 10-minute time limit for sure. But, yeah, there you go. And those are definitely the reasons why I think it's the best of the 2D Sonic games, but, yeah, it's tough. It's almost like saying, which child do you love the most? Like, I don't want to give an answer, because I love every single one of these things. Sonic 1, 2, 3, 3 Knuckles, Sonic CD... As far as the 16-bit era stuff, just to look at that specifically. In that case, like, no, I just love it. And you get this great remix of all the music we heard. And there actually is a different piece of music that plays here, was intended to play, because they were actually going to release one cartridge for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Up, and away. Yeah, we're going to space with this one, for sure. Getting our Superman on that way. But yeah, they were going to release it in one cartridge, and actually for that cartridge, they designed a version of this remix area, remix music here, that included tracks from Sonic 3 for it. They're just playing the one from Sonic and Knuckles here. And we're hearing actually a piece of music that we didn't hear playing as Knuckles, but we're going to hear it playing the way we're playing. But yeah, we are going all the way up to space, and Floating Island is all set. I guess we hear more of Sky Sanctuary's music, which we barely heard as Knuckles, because you're basically going to a boss when we go there. I guess it's not going completely up to space, because it's stopping somewhere. But we are going up to space for sure, right here. Which fits for the stuff for Sonic, and I will kind of show that off with Knuckles here in a little bit. This will be giving about half an hour or more of time for the show. Yeah, because these shows, by the way, just to give you an idea if you're new here, they'll go as long as the game is, until we finish the game, or if it's something longer, we'll go like 4 or 5 hours about, and then come back to it a month or so from now. But yeah, there you go. We're in space. Yeah, there we go. We get ourselves glowing like that. If you have, I think you can get all the Chaos Emeralds and still get that, as opposed to all the Super Emeralds, but if you get all the Super Emeralds, you get this screen. There you go. There is Sonic and Tails and Knuckles. So Sonic 3 and Knuckles as it is. Actually, we'll get an and Knuckles case the way I'm going to show that. Oh, wait, okay, I pressed start too quickly. Sometimes Sonic will also do like the pose thing when you beat a level with him. But alright, we're going to do two things. Actually, oh no, we're going to do something else. Let's we'll show that off last. I'm going to show the two-player. We'll show the two-player off last, because I can do it solo, so we'll show it that way. Alright, so here's our file, 38 lives and 16 continues. When we do it clear, you can select any level you want. So I'm going to select... We're going two places. We're going back to Angel Island, and we're going back to Mushroom Hill. So what you want to do is you want to go find one of these hooks here. You have to press left, 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 right, 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 up, up, up. Heard that ring. Press the start button, hit A. That gives you the opportunity to reset the game, or reset to go back to the title screen. So that's one part of this, and what that does unlocks sound tests, which gives you all the levels to select from, as well as sound tests for everything. But there's one thing you gotta do to unlock debug mode, and for this I need to unlock this, because actually, we press the C button, you change characters, you have Sonic and Tails together, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. You actually need to do this twice. You need to do this at Angel Island, you have to do that at Mushroom Hill, in order to unlock the ability for Knuckles to go to a couple stages. So we're going back to Mushroom Hill, we'll go back to those pulleys. So basically just run, 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 and avoid that, because I don't want to get into the special stage now. And that's where things are going to get pretty nifty. Alright, so there you go. See you later, and get to go and enjoy Mushroom Hill for a little bit of time before we go to the zones we didn't see. Or the variations of the zones we didn't see. Ow! Because I don't know when we're going to be able to get a co-op play going on this game, because I do want to have that as something separate feasibly if I can make it happen. So in case I can't do that soon, I'm just going to do this. Alright, so do the same thing. Left, 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 right, 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 up, up, up. Press start and hit A. It's a lot easier than doing the Sonic 3, debug and stage select. You have to do, when Sonic does that rush towards the camera, you have to press up, up, down, down, up, 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 up before he gets to the main screen. It's insanely hard to do that. Thank God it's easier here. And actually, in Sonic & Knuckles alone, you can't do debug. But when you do that, you press A and start on any levels. We're doing Sky Sanctuary 1. We saw Knuckles' way of it. Actually, you know what? No, we're doing 2 things. Going to Lava Reef 3. Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I hit A, because when you go in holding A and start, it does that. So, I'm going to do that, because I'm going to show this perspective off. Alright, so A and start. There you go. Yeah, if we were Sonic and Tails, we'd be dropped down here by Knuckles and fight this boss. Oh, right, that's the other thing. I forgot about this. When you have debug mode on, when you hit the A button, your gravity reverses. And I actually need that for one of the levels we're going to with Knuckles. So I actually have to use the C button for jumping, and B will turn you into a ring. You can place stuff down on the ground. We're not doing that. But yeah, we're going to fight the Lava Pit Mine Thrower here. Yeah, with Sonic you fight this, with Knuckles you don't, but yeah, we're making it so Knuckles is going to fight this. And that's the other aspect, as I mentioned, of this show. Sometimes we'll just do different things to show off things like, hey, you could do this, or just something a little unique. So we show how this boss runs as Knuckles, which is kind of the same it works as Sonic. Actually, whoa. Okay, I guess I'm not going to do that, so I actually have to do this legitimately. And okay, I'm not falling slower than that, so I'm hitting the lava and losing my lightning shield, or... Okay, no, I am. Alright, there we go, and there is Robotnik, and fair enough as to why he's here, because the idea is that only Sonic and Tails come here. But yeah, he throws the lava, or he tilts the lava downwards and has the mines there. And you just have to let him hit it. You have to let them hit him and avoid falling in the lava. But yeah, with Knuckles, this is not going to be easy. Because if I hit the lava, I'm dead. And you also have to keep in mind, stay on the platform in the center, because it'll come up on the one on the side there. Also, I'm just barely having enough distance to make that jump with Knuckles. I did not really know that. I didn't remember doing that. I think I've played this as Knuckles once just for fun, but now I was like, no, if we're going to be streaming this game, I think we need to show this off. Because the what if Knuckles came here? Well, we're going to tell you what happens when Knuckles comes here. Yeah, Robotnik takes, I think it's, how many, let me think about how many hits it is. I think it's 14 hits. So it's a couple passes this, but down on the second mine here, I think it's right here. Yeah, you gotta be careful because that goes down there. It's too hot! I can't take it anymore! Yeah, I guess Knuckles can't take it anymore, so well, let's make that better. Yeah, let's cool the lava down. Yeah, nice on the Star Fox 64 quote drop. And I loved playing that game. That was such a terrific stream we had this year. And Sweet First, I love that you were able to make that stream so special. And that you and everybody else in the chat, Dolly Finn, Zubat Brigade, and I just want to make sure I'm getting your name right. Yeah, oh wait, it's not letting me scroll up. Yeah, I just stopped. You know what? I'm going to hit start in A. Going back out from this. Because I'm going to go to the next stage. Oh, no, I'm like right-clicking. Alright, fine. Yeah, usually I'm not looking at the chat or actually, doing stuff in the chat as far as this scrolling up. But you know what? Butt control. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to get that name right. But alright. Okay, so with that, so we showed that. I got this guy. Oh, yeah, let's do Sky Sanctuary 1. Yeah, we saw it the Knuckles way. Let's see it the Sonic way. Yeah, Knuckles in Knuckles mode before it was an official thing in Sonic Mania. So there are 2 Knuckles. This is what happens when you come here with Sonic, but here you go. This game is a work of art. Its music and art direction are top-notch, and it's beautiful. Yeah, right there. And talk about the set pieces setting things up. I mean, the fact that, yeah, we got 2 Knuckles, so which one's the real one? As I mentioned, it's like the End Knuckles mode that Sonic Mania added, which was amazing. Yeah, there he is. Also, if you stand here long enough, I think he'll also do like a point saying, get going, guys. But, yeah, we're not gonna do that. I agree. Yeah, it is a great game as far as that, and it goes to that perspective of how this game has really endured, and how this franchise has endured, really, Even when you think about the fact that, Sonic has, had massive downs to him as far as a franchise and games, there's still something about these other the great games in it that really remind you why it's so special, and it is a very artistic thing. I think that's the other reason I do this show, just to show the artistry of a game, as far as the idea that, yes, it is an entertainment medium for sure, but it also is kind of transcending some stuff about that. And it is such a great thing to be able to explore that and have a great time with it. Alright, let's show a couple things. Yeah, because we're going to be going through this. Yeah, here is Mecha Sonic. He's doing the mech ball thing from Sonic 1. Very well said. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And very well said as well for you on that. Yeah, I never thought you'd see Knuckles doing this. Although, actually, okay, I'm a little nervous now. Because actually, Knuckles can fight this boss in the iOS Android port of Sonic 1 that came out in 2012, 13, I believe. Because they had Knuckles in that game. Which is like the only time you can play as Knuckles in Sonic 1. Because actually, the plan with Sonic and Knuckles was that the lock-on technology was supposed to be letting you have Knuckles in Sonic 1 initially. But what happened was that they had a concern with that where it was something about the way the sprites are in Sonic 1 that they couldn't get Knuckles going in that. So what they did instead was they have the Blue Spheres concept. But when that iOS Android release came out, Christian Whitehead and Simon Tomley said, yo, we're putting Knuckles in this, and they did. In this case, you're also seeing what happens when you go along with this. Also seeing another echo back to another Sonic game. Yeah, there is the Metropolis Zone boss from Sonic 2. And as Knuckles, I have to actually... Okay, this is going to be interesting, because I only have one ring, and it's hard to avoid this. Oh, no! Yeah, I'm dying. Or actually, you know what? No, I'm not dying, because you know what? Yeah, debug mode. Just make rings. There you go. Yeah, we're not dying. Now, also, by the way, if you do die, you can also just press the B button to go in that mode and avoid it. Also, I guess the other thing also is you can hit A to scroll through things and just build stuff. Like, hey, let me build this platform. It'll collapse. Or, you know what? Yeah, let's build, this. Oh, shit, the game crashed! Okay, I've never seen that happen. This was a Sonic 2 boss, right? Yes, it was. And I never saw that happen. Okay. Alright, so, alright, you know, let's go back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to use the, debug to go back to where we were. But yes, it was a Sonic 2 boss. It was boss in, Metropolis Zone in Sonic 2. But I don't know why placing that caused the game to reset. But okay. Oh, man. Yes, it was Metropolis Zone, indeed. Zubac Brigade, that is correct. And it was a great case of that, although it is a hard zone for that. Oh, alright, I'll show one other thing, because we actually have to use this. Hit the A button. Yeah, you will, reverse gravity, and we actually have to use that to go through Death Egg Zone with him, because we're going Death Egg, by the way. Oh. Or, you know what, I'm gonna just go upside down. Yeah, screw this, we're just going down, but also if I fall too fast, I'm gonna die. So I don't want to do that. Alright, fine, let's see, where is... Yeah, just fly around, just go here. Alright, where is it? Oh no! Yeah, I'm just trying to find my way around. Alright. Alright, that is for that part. Okay, I guess I skipped it. Alright, no, let's not skip it. Let's go down here. Alright, let's fight this thing, but the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put rings... Okay, I'm gonna do two things. Put rings down, but the other thing I'll do is you put the box down, just to show you get the S. Hit that. This will not cause trouble. Let me go hyper. So there we go. This is gonna be really easy now. But because Knuckles doesn't jump high, I gotta wait till that comes down. Or till he comes down. Or just bounce on him like that. So actually, I have to play this like Sonic 2. I can't just be like Sonic where I'm just jumping up and using the insta-shield. With Knuckles, no, I gotta wait till he comes down. Yeah, imagine if they gave this game with him doing that. Okay, also you get the last part of him. We shoots the lasers out as the last thing. They hit him one more time, he's gone. Alright, and that is the last, one of the classic throwback, boss aspects here. Okay, wait a minute. Why did I get a life when I got, right over 100 rings? Oh, because I had the box, right. Because there is a little bit of a glitch that way. If you use that and you get the box, you hit over 100, and I think when you get one ring, it then counts as getting another life. Also, just because I can show that, there's a life over here. Alright, so there are the egg robots again. Yeah, it's weird. We destroyed the other one, but there's tons of them. Alright, so we are almost at the end. Yeah, Sky Sanctuary is not that long of a level, really. Okay, it's technically a little shorter if you're Knuckles, but, yeah, this way is Knuckles. There you go. We have the other Knuckles there. So yeah, we're fighting him again, which is the same as it was before for the first part, and that's it. The two Knuckles sprites at the start of Sky Sector look like they use slightly different color palettes. Yeah, I think you're right. So I guess that's probably how they got around it. And let's go back to that, because I think this came up before, but the Sega Genesis uses only 64 colors to it. But for this game, yeah, I guess they utilized that. So I guess that's how they got around it. They're like, hey, it's here, so they kind of want to use another palette specifically. Although, as I mentioned, you're not intended to go here with Knuckles. The only reason you can go here is you put in the stage select and the debug. And actually, you have to put in both of them. Otherwise, you can't go here. Yeah, we're doing what Sonic does. And Tails do. Actually, technically, there's a reason why Knuckles shouldn't be going into the ethic zone, as we're going to see. Actually, you have to have the debug mode to not only get here, but to even finish it. Here we are in the Death Egg Zone. I love this music, by the way. It is amazing. But yeah, it is a nice catch as far as that, and that's the other brilliance as far as some of the stuff of, you know, chat coming up to that, noticing things, because I thought I looked at that and said, well, okay, I kind of think I see something, but I wasn't thinking that. Yeah, and the great background music is for sure. Yeah, we're enough the lightning shield will not protect you from much here, despite that. There's these elevator sections as well. But because Knuckles doesn't jump very high, actually, the boss here is unbeatable, unless you have, well, you have to do it very specifically. I'll show you how it works. At least if nothing else, we're going to be seeing all the levels here, because I think it's worth doing that. And seeing them in a way that maybe you didn't see, or that is not intended to be seen. Although imagine a version of Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, where you go all these places. I mean, maybe the Sonic Origins will give something like that, who knows. Or maybe they'll revamp one of the bosses. I mean, but I mentioned we don't know anything about that Sonic Origins collection, really, outside the fact that it exists and the 5 games in it. They didn't say who's developing it. They didn't say much, really, aside from the fact that it's widescreen and it's going to be not a straight emulation of this, but that's really about it. Also, you jump in here and you have these light shows of things, which they also echoed back to this in Sonic 4 Episode 2 as well. An interesting take to that. Alright, so we're going through the Death Egg. Yeah, Knuckles, for the purpose of this, take of that argument, Knuckles doesn't know anything about the Death Egg, and it's not really a factor to him. But now it's like, oh yeah, this is the revisionist concept of it. Also, there is a special okay, I'm thinking ahead. Or am I? Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. There's another path you can go through something, but yeah, I'm invincible going down here, run on this. There's actually another path down that pit. If that is a pit, you'll die. And I think you have to have Tails to fly out of it, feasibly, or Knuckles. Or go in this, yeah, I guess the, air duct. This is always a... For a minute, I thought... Oh, no, the invisibility turned off. But yeah, you have to hit each of those buttons there. You have to turn them from yellow to red. This always got me for a loop in a lot of cases, because you have to kind of hang around and you just bounce into stuff. When you bounce into that last one, it breaks that down, and you can go through it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, right, because I have the... Oh. Okay, I didn't remember that when you have debug on, it puts on Hyper Knuckles by default, or... Yeah, Hyper Knuckles. Yeah, the way you can tell is the After Effect. What a wild ride. Yeah, we're going to get to that in 2 months. Yeah, I cannot wait to do that for sure. That was a great suggestion for the last Super Sonic Game Saturday entry to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the series, and I've loved doing that. And all of the Sonic Heroes quotations, all the stuff that chat, Sweetverse, everybody else, you have to say. Yeah, keep it coming, because the show's not completely over yet, but we're getting there. Alright, yeah, this boss, you can't beat it normally, unless you're, unless you're Sonic or Tails. Yeah, because you just miss. But yeah, A button does the flipping gravity, but you have to be careful flipping the gravity, because if I hit the top of the screen like that, yeah, I die. Alright, so that was interesting to see Knuckles do that. Just go upwards and not move at all. But okay, this part you can beat, because yeah, you just jump here. And when you're invincible, it's no issue here to hit this. But if you're not, it is. Alright. Or, yeah, it goes really, really fast. Could it be the loading the emeralds and super emeralds for your save file? You know, I think you're right, Zubat Brigade. I think so. You know what? I'll try that. You know what? Since I have to go back to the main screen anyway to take a look at the stuff with the competition mode, I'll try that. I'll go into no save. I'll see what happens. with that. I think you're right, actually. You know what? Now that I remember, I think that's true. That it will take that. Nothing's going to matter here, but... Yeah, good catch on that. See, that's the other thing. I'm not right about everything. I don't remember everything. I don't know everything. So that's where all of you in the chat come in to point those things out. Say, like, what about this? And then sometimes the light bulb goes off in the head. So in that way, it works nicely. All right. So now we are going towards the Earth, or there is the Earth, feasibly. And we're going upside down, so yeah, here's the other thing. Yeah, we're doing that by hitting the button. We're saying, like, no, just hit A, and we'll go up, right side up. Oh yeah, there is that guy. He's upside down. Yeah, there you go, that's a sight. Me standing on the bottles of Windex. Or whenever I see that, I always think of, like, the old Windex commercials where you have the talking birds always saying, like, look at that, you know, not Windex brand, nice and streaky. So, like, yeah, now we'll be safe from hitting into things. Or I always remember the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where you have the father who's like, yo, uses Windex on everything, including, like, disinfecting from mosquito bites. It's amazing. Alright, so... Yeah, we are seeing, Death Egg Zone is Knuckles. Oh, we're getting one of the parts of Death Egg Zone that is the hardest, honestly. Especially be going down this path. Yeah, this. You hit that, and you have to go upside down, and avoiding these bullets is always a tough thing. You know what? I can also say, like, you know, screw that, hit the B button before we fall off the stage, and we're not dying. We're, gonna survive. So they changed that from Sonic 1's debug, where you hit that and you just end up, you know, never dying. In this case, you do die, but if you hit B to that, you come back, and it's like nothing ever happened. Also, when you do climb here, and you don't see this because Knuckles doesn't come here, oh no, it's the same, I think. I was gonna say, I think you go up and down reverse, but I don't think it does. I think I'm wrong about that. But I'll try it the next time we go upside down, because we have one more area where we do. Oh. Or I get shot with a bullet. Alrighty. Yeah, killing those things is not gonna be worth it because I don't have Insta Shield. Okay, so let me try that thing with that again. Alright. Oh no, okay, no, it's the same. I hit up and down, although it's looking like it's going down, hit up that way. Alright, time for another wild ride. In a lot of cases, you don't tend to need to hit these, although in some cases you do, like that one. Actually, you know what? You sort of do in that one. Yeah, in this case, yeah, just go about this way. Oh! Yeah, but Knuckles will take that. He'll be fine. Okay, this one I don't remember if I have to take, but it's like, yeah, we're taking it anyway. But it is a great spectacle, and it does look great, too. And it sounds great, though. That bloop, 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 bloop. Also, by the way, if you're hearing that cracking, that's the water bottles, the plastic of those. Hope it's not bothering you, but as I said, if I'm going to be talking this much playing a game like this, you want to come prepared and be hydrated the whole time. Is to give you a tip of how streaming can work. I think it's just a general concept. Hey, if you want to do this, do it. I mean, just... Yeah, you can bring something special to anything you want to do that way. So I mean, look, if I can do something like this, you can too. So just to give you a little bit of a encouragement, I guess, I can just glide across this and just avoid not hitting that. All right, now the boss is here. All right, there is Robotnik. All right, this is gonna work the same way. Thanks for the encouragement. Sure, no problem. I mean, because as I've mentioned before, that's sometimes the idea. People have given me encouragement as far as stuff with the show. Or saying like, hey, why don't you do this? Or when I've gotten into, I'll mention this. One of the streams we did this year, and one I'd recommend very highly, even though it's using tech equipment, it's not as nice as what you're hearing with this now. We played Metal Gear Solid. Proto-Rovo wanted to see that. There was a lot of encouragement going on in that game, because I'd actually never beaten it until that play we had. And it was great to see that, because there's times I was dying constantly through that game, because I had never played it before. But the idea of encouragement that I've gotten from the chat, in that case, I kind of want to give back that way. Saying like, hey, you're encouraging me or have encouraged me, so I want to encourage you. And also, take your game requests. Any game you'll want to see we haven't done, or feasibly if there's a reason to do it again, we'll do it. So just let me know what it is, I'll make it happen. Okay, that was close, because yeah, I'm going to be potentially killed. You have to just roll into the things, the spike things, to get them going. And yeah, I'm in trouble because I don't have rings. Oh, and what's with Robotnik's feet? Yeah, maybe because you're coming here as Knuckles or the pallet thing. We'll get to hear this amazing boss music again. Also, it's going to be interesting avoiding the laser here because I don't know if Knuckles jumps high enough. There's the Death Egg Robot, this amazing piece of music, and yeah, just roll in between those. And you can spin dash and do that to avoid it. And also, when the fingers come down, you will not get hurt from that. Alright, there we go. So, one more, and we're set for this part. This is a three-prong battle, or four-prong battle. The first part we did with the orb thingy. The thing with the fingers. This thing with the nose that shoots out fire. Hit the nose and jump. Okay, I have just enough space to make that jump. I did not remember if Knuckles could even jump high enough to make it. Hit this 8 times. There we go. We got one last part of this. It's kind of a hard part because you can still die here. Alright, there's Egg Robo. Alright, so suddenly Robotnik is gone, and there's Egg Robo. So fine, he's stealing the Master Emerald again. I guess it didn't count when, or he somehow lived when Mecha Sonic, see, I can make the same mistake too, spiked him to death. Yeah, you have to hit him 8 times, but here's the thing about this. That last hit, the screen will stop scrolling, and you can bounce backwards and die, and I've had it happen a lot, so pretty much just hold right to do it, and just jump as well. Oh shit! Yeah, see, it almost happened right there. There we go, we got it. And there's no ending. But there sort of is. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the Doomsday Zone, because this is gonna look hilarious. It is, Doomsday Act 1. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you come here with, anybody but Sonic, it looks weird as anything. So there we go. This is, I guess, where the ending is gonna go. And actually, the same case we're gonna see. When you get, the finish on Doomsday Zone, you do not get the end cutscene. Haha, yes, this is definitely a fun sight. And I saw this, and I said, you know what? We're doing this with Knuckles, but still, I was like, no, I think we gotta show this off. It'll make for a good laugh, if nothing else. I'll give you a show that is, unique and funny to some degree. So in that case, like, yeah, I don't know if everybody has necessarily seen how this game operates when you kind of play out of the boundaries. That's sometimes the thing I love to do about this game, especially, well, a lot of the Sonic games with this one too, just kind of play around outside of the boundaries. Like, yeah, Knuckles can't go to Doomsday Zone. Oh, yes, he can. He's here. You can see that sort of him, even though he's distorted, he's running on air like that. I guess it's the idea that, you know, the sprite aspect of it. So it actually, there's Hyper Knuckles, he has the stars around him like actual, like a Hyper Sonic. Yeah, basically just keep going through here, get the rings to keep your ring total up, and here we go, fighting the section out. There is the Death Egg Robot again. Aim the missiles, they will follow you to hit the head. Or try to hit the head. Yeah, the bullets will knock you back, and yeah, this is a sight having Knuckles spin around like that in his glitched animation. The same thing happens when you come here with Tails, using debug mode, because that's the only way you can come here with anyone who's not Sonic. Just to give that perspective. But it is also a funny sight to see that with Tails. Alright, I also have to be quick, because if I run down too much, yeah, because I have to wait here for him to blow up before the next part of the boss. And until then, I can't get more rings. Alright, there it goes with the Master Emerald again. Yeah, we just can't keep a hold of that thing. Maybe this is why Knuckles wanted to, you know, I guess the joke is get the guard dog to deal with it. And we'll see that in Sonic Heroes when we do that in 2 months. But yeah, just keep hitting them, avoid the bombs, get rings when you need them, and do it 8 times. Each time you do it, you get knocked back, but with enough time for this, and just keep hitting that C button to go forward faster, yeah, we'll get him. Got him. You know, or, okay, never mind, there is an ending, alright. Okay, so we're gonna see the credits again, I forgot, alright. So there's Knuckles running, that is a sight. And, oh, Jesus, yeah, I think, Zubat Brigade, you had a point when you came to, the aspects of the palette swap, or how it's handling the graphics, because look at that. Warped Sonic plane, and there's Sonic taking me out from Doomsday Zone. And I guess we'll see how this goes. This is technically Sonic's ending, but with Knuckles, and with, Okay, Knuckles looks fine. Now, wait, there's 2 Master Emeralds! Oh, wow! I don't know if I've done this, or I've done it in a while, but wow, okay. So I guess this is why Knuckles doesn't care about the Master Emerald that much, because he has a backup. So fine, they could take the other one all he wants, and he just has one in his back pocket. Okay, he technically has one in his back pocket, or he has the one in his back pocket in Sonic Adventure 2. But, alright, there you go. Oh, okay. Oh, we're getting double Knuckles again. So there's Knuckles with Master Emerald. I guess I took the one Master Emerald, and there's other Knuckles with the real one. Oh, God, this is amazing. Alright. Oh, wait, did that start again? The music started again. And the dolphins and the flickies look weird. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna love going back to the replay on this. As I mentioned, all this is gonna go on the YouTube site. Actually, I think I like this ending better. I mean, ending better for, you mean the Sonic part of the ending, or what we're seeing with the graphics on the screen? Because feasibly we could be both, if you want to say it that way. Blue Knuckles. Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, there you go. This is unique, isn't it? I don't know if you're going to see another play of this game quite like this. This is canon. It should be canon. I agree with that 100%. That's going to be amazing when the next Sonic game that's coming out, I guess it's Sonic Rangers, I think it's going to be called, comes out. Imagine if that's, like, we just get the Blue Knuckles, or some aspect of that. I mean, we know less about that than we do about, Sonic Origins, but, I mean, we don't even know if that name is gonna stick. It might be something different. But, yeah, there you go. Yeah, the canon of this is that weird, yeah, Blue Knuckles, I guess he needed to be turned blue by what we did in Doomsday Zone. And, there you go. So we have, yeah, so it is canon that we have two Master Emeralds in existence. There's, Blue Knuckles, there's actual Knuckles, there's, I guess, Sonic in the plane, who's warped now, and there's the Flickies and the Dolphins that are a mesh of pixels, which is amazing. Yeah, that's the fun of this game, and I think why I still play this game to this day after almost 30 years, or 28 years now. Actually, it's 28 years to the day, 9 days from now, for Sonic and Knuckles, because it was October 18th of 1994. So yeah, we're getting close to the 28th anniversary of the game, and 28th for Sonic 3 this year. Or 27th. No, it's 27th, it'll be 28 next year, sorry. Yeah, sometimes I missed the math on that one, so it's like, well, this will help me from correcting that in the YouTube video, because as I mentioned before, I'll edit this video you're seeing right now, and put a comment saying, like, oh, I made a mistake of something. Or put up a picture of something that's interesting, so there you go. But I like that we made this canon, and as I said, it goes to the idea of what Super Sonic Game Saturday is all about. We're celebrating this franchise this year, and with a lot of weird stuff too, but it is fun stuff, and I'm loving it. I'm glad, chat, you're enjoying it and getting into it too, and, yeah, thank you again for showing up for this. We've got a little more to do. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to do the two-player, and then, because, it was asked by chat, we're going to take a look at, that's not Sonic, that's some random hedgehog. This one's teal. Oh, okay, yeah, there's Sonic too! Oh man, so yeah, Sonic had to get in the way of that. Oh wow, that's amazing. You know, I'm also gonna keep on this, oh yeah. Oh, we're seeing this oh, whoa! Oh, so it overmeshed with the other one, it played it twice. Oh wow, okay, this is incredible, I am loving this so much. But yeah, I will check out what you're saying as far as loading from a save file, but there we go. That is the canonical ending of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It is official now. For sure. But, yeah, before we, you know, we'll look at this and then we'll do the two players last thing. I'll go to no save, we'll go as Knuckles. Hit start, and A, go back out. Go anywhere, let's, yeah, let's do Carmelite 2. Pull the ring out, or, oh wait, I have to hit A on it. Yeah, sometimes I forget that, so it's like, alright, yeah, you have to do the things we did before, and then hit A and start on that, and you're good. Now hit the B button, switch to the rings, you switch stuff by hitting the A button when you're in the state, and where is it? There are a lot of things here to hit, including the button. You never see the button in this. Alright, so just keep hitting this enough till we get 50 rings, and then we'll try the flight and see if, your theory is right. I think that was the idea. Alright. Yeah, you're right. Okay, Zubat Brigade, thank you for pointing that out. You're right. It was pulling from my save file, because I started at my save file, my completed one, going into Angel Island, put the code in, and it held that. So that's why I had Hyper Knuckles after 50 rings. Alright, there's one last part to this game. We're going to show the two-player mode. You can play this as single player as well. There's Grand Prix, Match Race, and Time Attack. Time Attack is going single for times here. The times I've gotten, you can get a really low time in Balloon Park specifically. I've had these for pretty much ever since I've had this game. We're going to Grand Prix because you see items. Yeah, there's no second player. We're going to play... Well, let's keep playing, Knuckles. As we're going to the Azure Lake Zone. I love this music. I love the music and all this stuff. You wait till the timer goes down, you go make 5 laps around the place. But Knuckles does not have flight here, or gliding here. Actually, this was in Sonic 3, so this is the first time you could play as Knuckles. In the 2-player. Yeah, just keep going around in laps. And also be careful of the items. That is the slow shoes. You hit that, you move slow, but if you hit the ones that are red, you move really, really fast. You can also turn off the items if you want to. These 2-player levels had great music. Hi, oh, no, sorry, I thought it was a different face in the chat, but yeah, I agree with you about Control completely. They have great music, and I guess it does make you wish that they were in actual levels, though there is a ROM hack I have, Sonic Megamix, for the Genesis that does utilize that piece of music. I think I should show that game off sometime. Actually go to the stuff for Sonic 3D Blast we're going to do next month. At some point, I'm going to get the director's cut of Sonic 3D Blast, which was made by the guy who developed it, John Burton. He made a specific version of that game that, like, fixed a lot of bug fixing. He just did that on his own time because. And it's great stuff. And yeah, this is Balloon Park, by the way. It also has great music that was remixed in Sonic Generations. I remember when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, they have a remix of that, and it's amazing. Also, the way to go fast is you hit the ceiling. I think you run on the side of the wall there and just kind of go through. Also, there's an enemy and a banana peel. Banana peel makes you slip. Yeah, you run up like that, but I think you need to be going fast enough to do it. Well, sort of fast enough, but I was doing it that way. It does get you a great atmosphere as far as this game. There you go, there is the second level. And next we have Chrome Gadget, another one I really like the music of, and the atmosphere. And the reference Endless Mine in Sonic Generations. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. You're right, there is a case of that. Alright, yeah. You hit that, you die. When you die, you go back to the checkpoint. But yeah, I'm trying to remember where that was, but I think you're right. Yeah, Endless Mine was in that. And I love Endless Mine. We're going to get to that one for sure. This level, by the way, is insanely easy. You have Tails, just fly. If you're playing 2-player, yeah, you're going to... You pick Tails here, you're going to win. If you're Knuckles or Sonic, you have to hit that to get that spring either out or going downwards. Yeah, at some point we'll have to do Sonic Generations for sure. Because I do have that for the 360, so at some point we'll definitely play that game. Because I've been in the process of trying to convince some of my coworkers who haven't played it, who don't like 3D Sonic, saying like, no, this is one of the good ones. Well, the really good ones. I mean, it's kind of half and half as far as it being 3D Sonic and me getting, you know, hit by that. But, it is a great game, and I definitely want to show it off at some point. Alright, so next on the docket, we have 2 more levels. We have the Desert Palace. Also, by the way, if you go over that line too quickly, it says fault. I was growing up, actually, I would guess I was dumb this way. I thought, oh, I didn't know that I was supposed to do that, and then I found out, I was like, okay, fine. By the way, also one other thing is that Knuckles doesn't run as fast as Sonic in 2-player, so it's worth pointing that out. But I think he kind of controls better, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, with the slow shoes, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know we were at Sonic Labyrinth yet, which at some point I think we should do Sonic Labyrinth. But I'm also going to put a flashing light warning when we do it, because, yeah, they're pretty intense effects. Also, there's a button, by the way. I think you hit that, and you know what, we'll see on the next lap what happens with that. Alright, when you hit the button, what happens is that it puts up the spring, and the idea is when you're playing with another player, it can screw them up. Next on the docket, you must work in law. No, actually. No, I do tech work. Or we were at Endless Mine, but I don't know, I guess it's just something I kind of do as far as that I get tick that way. But, there you go. Alright, there we go, in the Endless Mine. I love this atmosphere. I love the music. I love how relaxed and, you know, chill it is. And as it was mentioned, it is in Sonic Generations as well. Alright. I just love that, you know, feeling of it. And even, like, a lot of the atmosphere here of just all these little things that I kind of, in some ways, never stop to take a look at. But then you kind of do. You realize, okay, there's, like, moss and things going on here. Also, there's that reverse thing, which I don't know what that does. I'm going to put an edit in the YouTube video to see what that is. Yeah, City Escape Classic version, I think. Yeah, I think... Okay, actually, no, I don't remember that's what they referenced to, but I think you might be right. Maybe I missed that. See, I call myself a big Sonic fan, and I missed that. By the way, also, there's the enemy there. Hit that, you know, with the ring, you're dying. But, yeah, there you go. Actually, no, I think you're right. I do remember it now. But, alright, there you go. There is the end of the two-player mode. Yeah, there's the Invisible Sonic. He lost everything. He just was not in existence. And we won this way. And also, this, by the way, is the continue music if you get a game over. It's also the continue music and the win music if you're in Sonic 3 alone, but it's a lot faster in Sonic 3 for some reason. They slow it down for Sonic and Knuckles. I don't know why that is. And your time thing, and actually, yeah, he maxed out the time, so yeah, it took 50 minutes for Invisible Sonic to beat that. But yeah, he is done. And I think with that, unless I'm forgetting something, you know, let me go back into, you know, I'll show one last thing. I want to see something. We're going to the sound test. I'm listening for a very specific piece of music. It's one we didn't hear. I think you still hear it when you have a lock on. Let me see. Maybe they don't have it. It's the, yeah, I'm thinking it's... I'm looking for the credits music for Sonic 3. There we go. I don't think I'm going to get a copyright strike on this, because technically this is a song that became an actual piece of music. This ended up becoming Stranger in Moscow from 1996 by Michael Jackson. But I think in that case, I think it's worth ending on this, with this piece of music, as, you know, we did our ode to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which I had a great time with, and hope all of you in the chat had a great time with the show. Thank you very much for watching Super Old Game Saturday tonight for the show, for this great game. I had a wonderful time doing this, a wonderful time showing off all the weird stuff that we found with this game, and a lot of other stuff as well, and all of your input. And, yeah, I am here every week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays, except next week. Next week, great show, thank you. Sure, no problem, anytime. And anytime you want to see anything for the show, you let me know, and ask and you shall receive. But yeah, next week I will be on Friday. I have stuff going on Saturday next week, but I am not canceling the show, no way. I have too much fun doing this each week. Next week for the show, on the request of Dolly Finn in the chat, Dolly Finn wanted to see Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube, so we're going to be starting it next week on Friday, same time, but just a different day. And then the week after that, we'll be going back to Saturdays for the show. So yeah, next week it's not going to make sense with the name. It's Super Old Game Saturday, not Friday, but whatever. The week after that, it's going to be Saturday again. We're going to do part 2 of Kingdom Hearts. We've been playing the HD 1.5 version on the Xbox One. We'll continue onto it, and hopefully we'll hit Halloween Town for the Halloween season coming up, but we'll have to see. And then the week after that, we're going to be finishing Fatal Frame for the PlayStation 2, which I have part 1 on the YouTube site from last year. And it sounds a lot more ragged, because I don't have this nice microphone, the Samsung G-Track Pro running things, or I didn't last year. But I do this year, and we're going to finish that game. Proto-Revo wanted to see it last year, and we're going to continue the game and finish it the day before Halloween. And then the week after that, we're going back to Luigi's Mansion to finish it, and also playing a game Sweet first wanted to see, which was Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. We can make that work, because I'm running on the GameCube for Luigi's Mansion. I have the Game Boy player, so then we run Super Mario Land on top of that, and it shouldn't take too long. It's not a long game, but it's one that I think people have memories of, and I get another chance to go through that, because it's one I have complex history with to a certain extent, but one that I have a lot of respect for, and maybe a new perspective I think will help. It's been a while since I played it, so there you go. And then the week after that is going to be the next entry of Super Sonic Game Saturday, so next time we come back to Sonic for next month, it's going to be Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Saturn. It will be the first time we're streaming the Sega Saturn, and we can. So, there you go. So look forward to that, and look forward to all the other stuff that's on the YouTube site, and for this to go up on the YouTube site in a couple days with the edits and all that. And I think with that, I think we should be good. But again, thank you very much for watching Super Old Game Saturday tonight. Thank you very much for adding so much in the chat. I love doing this. I appreciate all of your input, and I just hope I'm giving you a good show and having a good time. Have a good night. Have a great Sunday tomorrow, a great week coming forward. I will see you next Friday, again, for Luigi's Mansion. But until then, keep being awesome. You're always awesome, chat. And I'll see you then. Take care.